So rude.
Chris, 1 second. I do believe you might be muted. Oh no. Oh no.
Let us know when you can hear Chris and everyone else. Can you hear those sultry tones?
Oh no. Technical issues.
1, 2. That wasn't me this time. That really wasn't me this time. I actually pressed the button and everything. Apparently,
There's a ghost in the machine.
Well, no, Streamlabs decided to default my mic to a completely different mic for some reason, and I hadn't checked that. So that is on me.
It was a spoopy ghost in the machine.
It was a spooky
Ghost in the machine.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys.
I have to tell them all again.
I have
Try
to
again.
tell them all again.
Okay, quiet on set. Take 2.
Take 2. Excellent.
Okay.
Yes, you're
Hello.
good now. Confirmed.
My name is Chris Mepham. I am a geek, a role player, storyteller, and an illustrator. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Some Other Heroes, and we'll get round to everybody else in a bit. I'm going to quickly run through what I just said again because it's amusing. Just to let you know that we have an Instagram and a Twitter accounts. So if you look up at Some Other Heroes, all one word, on those accounts and like and follow us there, that'd be really appreciated. Every single time you do that, it just really helps us kind of start lifting what we're doing. And your support is means a lot to us. We also have a YouTube channel. Easiest way to find it is using a bit.ly, which is bit.ly /Some Other Heroes YT. YT for YouTube. All one word again. And that will take you straight through to our YouTube channel. And if you would like to like and follow us there, that's where we're going to be putting all of our VODs, our view on demands, like on the Friday afterwards, sometimes a Saturday, depending on how busy I am on that Friday. But yeah, so if you want to catch up at all the old past episodes are there already for you. Thank you to Susie Colleen for pointing out that I was muted because of my system. We are also jumping weeks. So because there's a lot going on for a few people, we're going to shift weeks over and then go back to our fortnightly. Good news is this means you get to watch us 2 weeks in a row. So as of next week, we will be back for a second episode in a fortnight, which is weird for us, and then on the 17th, and then on the 31st for a spoopy Halloween special one-shot with a couple of guests, which we're all really excited about, but I will tell you more about that on the socials in the next couple of weeks. Right, I think that's everything. Yes, One day I will just get in and the mic will just work and we'll all die of shock.
No,
that's
where's the
so
fun in
boring.
that? Yeah.
No, this is your signature thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as signature things go, a catchphrase would have been simpler, but you know.
Damn it. That's all I've got. Right, so should we introduce everybody else and then stop talking about my technical mess-ups? I think what we'll do is we'll go around. Theo, if you would like to introduce yourself first.
Hello, I'm Theo. I use they them pronouns, and I am a illustrator and general nerd, and I will be playing the lovely half-elf wizard Eugene.
Amazing. Wayne, if you'd like to introduce yourself, please.
My name is Wayne Fick, and my pronouns are he, him, and I will be playing the rather lippy bard of the group, who's probably one of the worst bards ever played, the Dragonborn Rock.
I don't agree at all. I really don't. I think you're barding it all over the place, just in a different direction.
So, I mean, I've hardly touched a musical instrument, but you know.
Returning after a week's break, much missed in our last episode, Charlie.
Hi, I'm Charlie. I use she, her pronouns. I am an illustrator. I drew the character pictures for this particular part of the campaign. I play Aisling, who was rudely taken away for a week. Disgraceful. She's significantly, for some reason, Essex-sounding satyr, who's also a warlock. And I love her to bits. And we are also joined by my dog here today. So this is Lola, as the other player that we have today.
Hey, Lola Ford.
She says hi.
And last and definitely not least, our wonderful guest for this month, Jakey.
Hello, yes, my name is Jake Champion. I use he, him pronouns. I'm a sometime actor, full-time nerd, and I will be playing the lovely angelic Garrick, the halfling swashbuckler.
He's only a little stabby, we promise.
As in, he's little and he's stabby.
Yeah, a little and stabby, yes. We are, I think with that, we will jump straight back in. In our last episode, our remaining friends, Eugene and Rock, desperate to try and locate their friend who had just been kidnapped, were approached by Garrick, a mysterious halfling that they had not met, who seemed very intent on helping them, whether they wanted it or not. Garrick explained that his friend Myrr was responsible for the kidnapping of Aisling, and that poor Myrr had been kidnapped themselves not a few weeks prior, and when they came back they were just not right. Between the three of them, they put together that several names on the list had gone missing, but two of the names still remained alive of the possible victims that they had tracked down. Farkas Bench and the rabbit Cotton, an old foe of Garrick's. They went to Bench's shop and found a closet left in wreckage caused by the rabbit. After a back and forth discussion in which they may have just set up a new information broker in the city, the closet revealed that Cotton had come back and grabbed information pertaining to the rituals which Farkas and Cotton were involved with. The party decided to track down Cotton as the most likely candidate to be spotted, as 6.5 foot rabbit folk are very rare. They approached Garrick's family, the River Rats, aboard the Osprey, who were able to reveal that they had heard and seen Cotton down further south in the city. They found an abandoned warehouse, some killed guards, and after some clever sleuthing by Pocket, and quite a nice spot from rock. They found a secret passage underneath the warehouse to an old temple, not dissimilar to the one that they had found before. Beneath there, they found 3 individuals talking. Garrick was able to sneak up and confirm that it was Cotton, Farkas Bench, and a third figure that they had not met before. Lying in a magic circle before them was the satyr Ashling, their missing friend. Violence ensued, as it often does in these situations. Cotton once again hopping away at the last minute, running as for his own survival. Farkas surrendered to the party, and after some minor cajoling from the others, offered to help Eugene free Ashling from the magic circle. The ritual was successful, and Ashling woke up with one of the most Ashling phrases that I could manage at the time. What the hell's going on? So,
I believe it was what the bloody hell.
What the bloody hell is going on?
She was just referring to the fact that Rock was clinging to her.
Yeah.
So, Ashling, you find yourself on a familiar ashen plain. You are picked up by dusts and motes of wind pulling at your clothes. You stand before a white stone throne again. Several cracks seem to be in it. But what is different this time is sitting on top of it is a small, slightly withered form. Bright red eyes look directly at you. Long limbs that look like they may have once contained much more powerful muscles just kind of grip the edges of it, and they lean forward. I'm terribly sorry, my dear. I didn't know what else to do but bring you here to keep you safe.
From what? What am I doing here?
This is the only place I could bring you. It is a memory, I think. This is the first time you have ever seen Alabaster in person.
Oh.
But you instantaneously recognized your patron and the power that they wield, though they're much smaller than you thought they would be, more imp-like than Greater Demon.
Yeah, I thought you'd be a bit. Nah, don't worry about it. Oh my god, hi! It's nice to meet you.
Well, yes, I mean, you have met me several times before, my dear, but
I haven't
I guess
seen
this
you,
is the
though.
first time you would remember.
Oh. What?
Well, you're the one that opened the box.
Well, yeah, but you didn't, like, appear last time.
Not in a manner. Things get weird outside the material plane, but let's focus on what's going on at the moment, shall we? You were attacked by something twisted, but not entirely unfamiliar.
Is that why I don't remember anything, and then I saw Rock for like 3 seconds, and now I'm here?
You were attacked in an alley, and I brought you here before something else got into your mind.
Ew.
Presently, we are both trapped outside, though. Something is trying to push something else in here with us. I am exerting not considerable strength to try and keep it at bay, and I really could do with a little support.
Oh, damn. Okay. Right. What do I need to do?
I want you to map out everything you have seen of this land to help me remember.
This one. This dusty
You have
one.
been several places here, and I would like you to recall everything you have seen.
All I remember, though, is this.
Then that is where we will start. And he kind of flourishes a hand, and the dust kind of peels back in front of the throne, revealing like a parchment and quill and things like that. I have very little strength at the moment, but I can do this. We must remap your connection to the material. Can you do this?
Yeah.
I would like you to make either a performance or a sleight of hand check. And you can use either your charisma or your dexterity, depending on what you feel is more appropriate for what Aisling is trying to do.
Okay. 11?
11? So you map out the...
Oh, wait, no, sorry. Sorry, 10. I added the wrong thing.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I just threw something very confusing at you anyway. So you map around the throne, and you're like, no, I can do better than that. I'd like you to roll a second roll.
Okay. That's better. 18.
Something about the throne is wrong, and you realise it's too big. It needs to be smaller. There is more space around it. So you re-etch, and you kind of remark the grounds around it. And as you do, you're aware of something around the edges of your vision, and you see 2 white pillars suddenly manifest. And you hear Alabaster. Good, very good. We're remembering what is here. That should be... He nods. That should be enough to hold us safe for now. And I think your friends are about to do the rest. And you hear Eugene's voice calling to you. Eugene, what words do you say to your friend to try and encourage them back when you finish the ritual?
I just say, Aisling, we need you.
You hear that echoed around your mind, Aisling, and your eyes dim on the area that you're looking at, and you watch a broad smile. Good. Go home. We will talk soon. And the vision of the throne gets smaller and smaller, and then a ping of light, and you open your eyes, and you are looking down into the concerned face of Eugene. And then a second later, you are in the biggest embrace as Rock just sweeps the two of you up into his huge arms.
And then is that when I shout, what the bloody hell is going? The bloody hell is going on?
Oh, thank God you're back. And to answer your question, I'm not entirely sure. But Eugene can explain. Where is that nasty man? And I'm going to turn to Farkas and just keep an eye on him.
He's not.
Who are you? And who are you?
Oh, that's Garrick. He's a friend. We're going to help him. This one is not a friend. Go on, tell her what you did.
Well, I didn't do this, but I might be responsible for the person who did do this. It's a long story, and I could do with a drink.
Oh, could you poor soul?
I definitely could do with a cup of tea. I'm exhausted.
And a healing potion by the looks of it. Are you okay?
I mean, am I swelling? I feel like my face is swelling.
It's very
Your
hard
face is
to
fine.
tell, and all the curls. But come here. And I shall cast Healing Word on Carrick.
Thank you.
Which isn't a huge amount, but I'm going to cast the Healing Word, which is just 1d4 plus
your charisma modifier.
There we go. So that would be 7 healing points.
Nice.
Better than nothing, thank you.
Yeah, it gets you back on your feet.
Doing better than nothing.
Jake said that. Garrick didn't say that.
Ungrateful. Anyway.
So you're standing around in this cellar and this old temple. It's dark mostly, apart from a few candle lights around the place. Aisling is still sitting in the middle of this circle, although it's not glowing anymore.
Eugene, before we leave here, could you make a note of the circle and the patterns and things in case we may need that information?
Great idea. He's going to take out a notebook and start drawing things. And like we've deactivated the circle, right?
You have, yes.
Okay.
There is no magic residing from it now. You and Farkas.
And no one else can use it.
No.
Okay.
Although, maybe check to see. Have a quick Arcana check for me, actually.
11.
11. It might be a good idea to destroy the circle entirely, just in case.
Yeah. Okay. He will draw it first and then destroy it.
Whenever Eugene starts destroying it, I feel like Aisling's going to join in with her hooves and just start stomping on it.
Stupid circle!
Stupid circle made me go to sleep. I wasn't even tired.
Didn't even get a long rest.
No, still got hardly any fucking hit points. Stupid circle.
Oh dear.
Garrick knows of Farkas, doesn't he? Like he recognises him.
Professionally, the two of you have moved in the same circles before.
Then Garrick is very close to Farkas with a dagger, very, very pointedly in some sort of pointy, like not in a threatening way, but not in a like throat-slitting threatening way. More of a this will go in if you don't behave yourself, boyo. Kind of way.
Farkas just kind of gives you like, already surrendered. I'm compliant. You have me. I will help. Anything.
Surrender does not mean that you did not do bad things.
No, that is true, and you have me on that one. And I am deeply sorry for my involvement in this and what's happened to your friend.
I still kind of need someone to tell me what actually happened to their friend, by the way.
Can we go somewhere that's not here? So we
I was going to say, I think it's time to get out of the
I need a
damp.
sandwich and a beer right now.
Farkas slowly reaches towards his money belt and offers it towards you, Garrick. My treat. I think that is the smallest step I can do to start making some reparations here.
So bribery is that the smallest way that you can make some reparations?
I
Sure,
said the smallest, not the end.
Get moving.
Right, it's not the end.
So Farkas is completely compliant and will stay. You can just guide them where you want them to be.
At no point whatsoever will Rock give him any benefit of the doubt or be pleasant to him.
It's fine.
No, at no point whatsoever will Garrick remove his pointy thing from wherever it's currently pointing.
Awesome. So you guys...
Aisling just keeps doing what Cora does, which is just like that.
Just walking as you walk around the corner of the tunnel, just bouncing back and. So you make your way back up to the warehouse. Things have not changed. The guards are still dead.
Good.
Only that.
Farkas. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's never a given in this world, to be fair.
Nope.
Farkas actually looks a little. Oh God, he really did kill them, didn't he?
I assume this is Cotton's handiwork then.
Oh, yeah. I hate that rabbit.
Ugh, me too.
Cotton. That was one of the ones on our list.
It was indeed. He's a singularly unpleasant creature.
Oh God.
Just a question for Farkas. They're going to stay dead.
He kind of reaches just below his shirt and holds a holy symbol for a second, and just his eyes flash. Yeah, they're dead.
Okay. I mean, well, I'm not happy about it, obviously.
No,
but
but
yeah,
at least their souls have passed on and they're not being tortured. So
yes.
small things. Right. Okay.
Move.
Take me where you want me to go, I guess.
Are we still in the fog ring?
No, you went
In
down
the
to the
needles, I
needles.
Yes. In that case, then I would know of a reasonably shady tavern that we could go to.
Oddly enough, called the Shady Tavern. Because why lower your expectations? The Shady Tavern is actually the most ineptly named. It's actually really nice. It's a little rough around the edges and it's seen better days, but it's clean. It's busy without being overcrowded, and it's clearly just one of those places where it's a local bar that people frequent on a regular basis after work or whatever that's going on.
Is it a local bar for local people?
It is a local. It's a Needles bar for Needles people.
I get the feeling that we're not quite from around here.
Don't worry, you're with me. It'll be fine. Absolutely fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
So you're able to find your way into the Shady Tavern. The Shady Tavern is named for a tree, a very big tree that has grown out over the top of it, which casts a permanent shade across the entire building.
Cool.
That's rather pretty.
Rock, you know all about shade.
How very dare you. Right, can we find a table somewhere so that Eugene can explain to Aisling where she's been, because I'm a little hazy on that bit myself, and get a drink, for God's sake.
Yeah, all right. You take him to the table. I'll go to the barkeep and get around on the go. Aisling, you said beer. Eugene, Rock, what's your thing?
Ooh, do they have a local spirit of some sort?
I wouldn't recommend the bathwater gin, but
no. Fine, then I shall have a beer as well.
Excellent. Eugene?
I would like the fanciest tea that is available, please.
I got your... Yeah, I know. I'm on your level. Right, let's go.
Right, just come along, and I'm going to usher them to a table somewhere that's a little secluded, if I can find one.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a booth at the back of the tavern, which is still empty. You guys deposit Farkas there, and I think you kind of just create a circle around them. And so Farkas just it's been reasonably quiet. If you ask them something, they respond straight away, but they're kind of... They're just trying to create as few waves as possible.
Correct.
For their own safety. Right, so Eugene, and possibly you, what exactly is going on with Garrick's friend and Aisling, and we need to know what's going on, because there are a lot of dead bodies piling up, and quite frankly, we've been tasked with finding out why. But we didn't expect Aisling to nearly be one of them.
No, not ideal.
So come on, out with it.
I think Farkas is probably the best one to explain. I have a vague understanding of what's happening, but...
Right, you spill the beans.
Do you want me to wait for Garrett Goldheart to come back, or...
He won't understand.
I'm sorry.
We are in the shade.
Saying about shade, my dear. I do believe you mentioned shade.
I mean, I'm not really in a position to argue, but I do think that he might want to know what happened to his friend.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yes, that's a fair point. Right, well, you sit there and be quiet until he comes back.
I can do that.
Aisling, how are you feeling?
Confused.
How long
have I been lying in that circle?
Good question.
Feels like forever. We've missed it terribly.
How long have I not been with you guys?
Feels like a month. Farkas goes, we think you had been there a couple of hours, maybe? Not much longer than that. The spell had barely sort of got off.
Okay, well, that's how long I've been in the circle. When did all that other stuff happen with us, Eugene and Rock?
What other stuff?
Like when I got swooped.
Taken.
Oh,
When you
that
were
was
taken.
this morning, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this
So
morning.
wasn't that long? Shit. I thought you were going to say weeks. All right.
No.
okay.
We were
Damn it,
really
missed
good
a
at
chance
rescuing
there.
you.
Hey.
I think it's about this time that Garrett comes back with the drinks.
Beer, and then I put this like nice teapot down. It's probably a bit dishevelled looking teapot, and 2 cups of tea, and then like some sort of pewter thing of whatever Farkas is having. I'm assuming I'm not going to be too spendy with his money.
He'll have whatever you tell him, quite frankly.
Exactly.
Spittoon.
Oh.
Nice.
And then I'll put a dagger out on the table, just so Farkas knows I've got one. I mean,
Right. This man was about to tell us, Carrick, what happened to your friend and a little more about what is going on.
I actually use they, them pronouns.
I beg your pardon.
Thank you.
This person is about to illuminate us with the story of what is going on.
So, first off, and he turns to Aisling directly, I am really sorry that you got messed up in this. Secondly, and he turns to Garrick, I should have known better than involving your friend in this, and for that I am sorry. So, to the beginning. For context, I did this for money. My mother is very sick, and I am using the gold I can from my business and any extra income I can find to raise funds to help get the right care from clerics and healers. That does not excuse what I have done. It is my reason for what I have done. It is why I ended up here. My research is into extending life and like better, faster curative skills that will help people without having to rely on divine magic or the application of very expensive potions. It's been relatively unsuccessful. It's not making me a huge amount of money. A few herbs and poultices here and there don't really bring that much coin. But they did draw attention. I was approached by the person that you killed on behalf of their master to engage in some broader research. They said that they would provide some willing participants to undergo mystical research to see if we could force quicker ways of healing. It wasn't until I met the rest of the group that I started to realise that my notes were already being manipulated. But I was so far in, and the gold was really helping with what was going on.
Who was the person who recruited you?
Cotton wasn't the person who recruited me, but he is the person who I've been going to mostly.
Who was the other one in the room with you?
Vendis Rake.
And I assume you don't know who their master is then?
No, but I have a feeling I know which group they belong to. Mostly because I saw a tattoo of a flame on their ankle one time.
We've seen them. We've seen them.
Have you heard of the Embers?
No.
Have I heard of the Embers?
Make me a history check. And you can actually use your charisma if you want to instead, because of the way you gather information. Also, Garrick, you can make a history check, and you can do so at advantage because it's your level.
An unnatural 20.
An unnatural 20, nice.
A 16.
A 16. They are a rumoured crime syndicate that runs through the Free Cities. They are they're supposed to have their fingers in everything, from street level crime to mystical manipulation, and possibly even paying off government officials and the like. People are not entirely certain who is in charge of them, but the way that they're organised, it is considered whoever is their don, their head of their organisation, is very smart and possibly very well educated. And I think, Rock, you would say you would have heard more stories about their exploits. Oddly enough, something that you hadn't put together before, their main competitors are a group of savvy rogues nicknamed the Magpies.
Ah.
Right.
Wait, that makes sense. There was some mention of magpies. Possible magpies. Wait a minute, that's
Yeah,
what
weren't
they
you on
list
that list?
me on that, yes.
Yeah, they said that was you, wasn't it?
Well, unless there are parts of my memory missing too. I have no idea what they're talking about. So at any point, did you not think that perhaps getting involved with someone from the rumoured Embers was a bad idea? That never crossed your mind, no? You thought they'd be all above board, right?
No, I knew what I was doing was wrong, but I did it anyway because it was helping the person I love.
Not worried about the people it was hurting then at all, no?
Let's just say that when things got nasty, I started to have very big second doubts. If I thought what I was doing would lead to being able to help people in the long run, I knew I was stepping over the ethics. I was trying things that I shouldn't have been, but
so far we know of at least 4 victims.
Onar, Elandrin, Cora,
start.
Iron Kettle, Ladonis, Bright Burrows, and Sabir.
Correct.
Yeah. That was my work circle with Cotton. Between the 6 of us, we provided the right materials that we needed to be able to actually try and use a converted ritual to try and draw. The idea was this: draw divine power through arcane means. Basically, short step gods so that anybody can learn cantrips and low-level spells to be able to heal and help those around them. Only I think somebody rigged the magic circle we used. So instead of healing the injuries of the people that we had, it did something to them.
Is that what it was trying to do to me?
I think that was what whoever did that to you. And I think it was, and I'm really sorry about this, I think it was Myrr.
What did it do? Did it do something to me?
I don't think.
I assumed that what it was trying to do to you, what happened to it, like it wanted a friend of the same ilk. Like,
Yeah.
So you were trying to turn Myrr into some sort of Healy person without chatting to a god?
No, I was trying to heal Myr's wounds without accessing divine, having to be linked to a god or nature.
And then Myrr went and trapped me in a circle.
But somebody changed my magic circle and I hadn't realised it. And what came out, it wasn't right.
Was the spiky Myrr?
Well, something
so you
changed, and then
you were looking for halflings. So me and Myrr, you kidnapped Myrr to give them wounds to then heal them.
That is the long and short of it.
Oh, that's messed up, man.
Then turned my best friend into a creature that hurt this lovely person here. I don't know you very well, but you seem nice.
No, I'm pretty lovely.
She's very nice.
That would be it. So the spell didn't work on Myrr the way that we thought it would. something was wrong.
No shit, Sherlock.
Before I could do anything, Cotton whisked them away. At
was
the
it
orders, whoever our master was, the person playing the corner, and I was
So
shut out.
who changed the circle? Who did something? Who would do that? Was it Cotton?
Cotton's not smart enough. I'll be
Cotton's
honest with
bloody
you.
not smart enough.
I suspect it was Onar. Because Onar's the only other person I could think of in that group who had the specific knowledge to be able to manipulate it.
But why would they do that?
I'm not
They're
sure.
probably on the take from this other master. This other master wasn't interested in creating Healy people, evidently.
I don't feel that was ever part of his real intention, whoever this is.
What was he trying to create then?
I don't know, but I don't think it was whatever Mia became.
And what I nearly became.
And what you were nearly turned into, yes.
Oh!
He could be trying to just find a way of using that same divine power through arcane means, but use it as a weapon, or perhaps that's what he was really trying to do, and the experiment, as most experiments do, went slightly awry to start with. Awry, even. I
think that there is something else I can do to help. I can tell you where the original ritual took place. Also, if we can get Mir back and we can subdue them, and he looks at Eugene at this point, there is a possibility we might be able to reverse what happened.
I like this. I like this a lot.
We said we would help Garrick.
We have to try, at least.
So, two things. First of all, three things perhaps. First of all, do you know how we can attract Mir? Is there something that Mir seems to be attracted to?
Well, Aisling.
Well, I mean, I don't blame
Who isn't, babe?
I mean, they're only human. Oh, no, they're not. Wait. Secondly, I don't know if you've noticed this, Farkas, but a number of your compatriots in your little inner circle have turned up dead. So I'm having the feeling that your boss is downsizing, shall we say.
I don't think it was him. I actually think it was Mir.
I think Mir is taking revenge in some way, or I don't know, taking away the people who would know how to do this other than themselves.
I mean, you would be a little annoyed, wouldn't you? So I can't really blame Mia, but
it's
not really their fault, though, is it? It's kind of your fault.
It is entirely my fault, and
it's not really. I mean, it's kind of his fault, but it's really the fault of whoever changed the circle.
Yes, but he's here.
Yeah. He did a bad thing, but he was doing it with good intentions.
Yes, he did. And by the way, and I'm going to point at Farkas very pointedly and say, by the way, you being all agreeable with everything that we're saying is not making it any better.
No.
I am fully aware that
You're doing it again. You're agreeing again.
Look, I just want to dig my way out and try and fix some of what I have caused. I did not want anyone to die. I wanted to do the opposite of this.
Right, well, let's start by fixing Garrick's friend, and then we can see about whether you're able to dig yourself out.
Let's start with getting Aisling that sandwich that she wanted, and then we can fix the friend.
I do have a leftover half of a bun, although it has been in there for a few. Never mind, we'll get some new food. So.
Yeah, thanks. And Aisling drinks some of her beer and then remembers she doesn't like beer. She ordered it because she thought it sounded dramatic.
Yeah, it's so nice to have Aisling back.
The Chaos Goat returns.
Chris, what time is it at the moment in this general?
I would say, given everything you've been through, I would say it's probably early evening by this point. Time is a soup in D&D, but we're going to call it early evening at this point.
You, Farkas, So how many other people were involved in this ritual?
Just the 6 of us.
And how many are still alive?
Myself and Cotton.
Well, Cotton won't be alive for much longer, if I'm honest.
I don't know. He's remarkably tricksy, that rabbit.
He's gotten away from me twice now. Third time will not be lucky for him.
Well,
Isn't that the 6-foot rabbit?
yes, that's the one.
Cool, great, wonderful. Yep.
Nasty piece of work. Perhaps, while I realise this is putting other people at risk, perhaps we should have some kind of a rest before we tackle anything further.
From my observations, Mir now seems to be mostly nocturnal. So if we get some rest, the middle of the night is probably when we're going to find them.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's not the spooky time or anything. That's fine.
Oh, it's fine. We're in the city. It's not like we're in a forest. We're not going to a forest, are we?
I'd much rather be in a forest.
A creepy forest night.
Yeah. I point at my goat legs.
She is Faye.
Point taken. Right. Well, perhaps there's somewhere we can rest up.
I mean, you can all come back to my boat if you like.
You have a boat?
Oh yeah.
It's a sort of barge.
Are we talking like ship or dinghy?
Barge.
Sort of somewhere in between, I would kind of suggest, really.
I think if you call it a dinghy again, Rock, we're going to fall out. But,
I did not call it a dinghy. I never mentioned the word dinghy. And now I've said the word
I
dinghy 3
did.
times in a sentence. It's a barge. It's a very grand barge.
Yeah. And I mean, my family will be able to look out for us. And to be honest, that if I can give them an update on Mir, that might be a
They
good
seem
thing as well.
quite nice. You're rather unusual
Yeah, lovely.
family. Right. Shall we finish our drinks and head to the barge?
Yeah, I'm just going to order a sandwich real quick. And she goes and gets a sandwich.
Amazing.
I'm just going to lean over to Eugene. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, you go.
I was going to lean over to Eugene and be like, the tea in the barge is better than this, to be fair.
It was really good tea. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back and having more good tea.
Were you going to ask me something, Theo?
I was going to ask Farkas where is the original circle? You said you were going to show it to us.
Yeah, it's in an abandoned, it's in a subterranean level beneath an abandoned old church in the Fog Ring.
Okay.
I will take you there if you want me to, or I can draw you a map if you don't trust me. It's fine.
I hear that from across the room.
Treading on toes.
Excuse? Right, I know you're new here. That's my jurisdiction.
Right, drawing maps to places you've never been.
Oh. All right, never mind. I'll go back and get my sandwich.
I mean, you can improve it, I'm sure, but I'm just...
It'll be much prettier if I did it.
I'm certain.
No, Farkas, you're coming back to the Osprey with us.
Right.
And then if you don't want to come with us, then the rest of my lovely family are going to look after you for a little while. I think that's wise.
They seemed to be fond of you.
I'm going to be 100% honest. Running towards the thing that's likely trying to kill me, also with Cotton on the loose, that does sound safer.
Yeah, I'm also going to let Illison know that you're there, just so you know.
Oh boy.
Okay. I think it's about this time that Rock, you hear a small voice in your head. Hi, Rock! It's Kelsey. Hi, Dirk. We met before, the little halfling sergeant. Anyway... And it cuts off. And it comes back. Sorry. So the corporal is wondering how you're doing and if you're going to check in today with an update. Let us know. Bye!
I think we're being asked for a sort of update, a bit of a check-in by the sergeant.
Oh, right. The sergeant.
Yeah, kind of slipped my mind, that one.
I turn back up at the table. Like, oh god, we haven't done that, have we?
No. Perhaps, well, I am happy to go and give them an update while you head back to the barge and rest, because I feel like Ashling and Garrick could definitely do with the rest first.
I need to eat this.
And your sandwich, of course. I'm sure you can take it with.
Sandwiches are moving food.
Yeah.
Apparently, sandwiches are moving food, so yes. Shall we do that? I shall report back to the sergeant.
Oh, thanks, Rock.
Fortunately, they are all in the same direction, so you can travel back together.
Hey.
We'll travel back.
Aisling totally knew that.
Well, Aisling doesn't really know where Aisling is at the moment. This is
That's a very good
definitely
point.
not the
I don't know
Fogling.
where anything is.
This is new entirely. Has anyone actually told Aisling that she's in the Needles now?
Oh, no, she'll see it when we go out. I mean,
Cool and great.
Yeah. To be fair, like in terms of its decor and the state of everything, it isn't that different from the Fog Ring. It's just bigger, with lots more people.
also, she's fairly new to the city, so she wouldn't know one place from the other, really.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not paying much attention normally.
But you can see that the castle, the citadel, is in a different position. So you're like, oh, okay, I must be south of the city now.
So I can orient myself. Okay, that's okay.
Right, come along then. Let's make a move.
And you do. So the five of you make your way back along the river till you see the familiar shape of the osprey off of the edge of the docks near the Needles, roughly where they said they would be.
I'm going to do my whistle as I get there, just to pre-warn them that I'm on the way.
There is an exact mimicry of that. Whistle comes back at you, and the barge moves to the side of the riverbank.
Sorry, can I disappear and go and update the captain, the sergeant rather?
You're still in the Needles at the moment. This will be your quickest route, unless you want to walk through the city.
Well, no, I was just thinking when they head off to actually go to the barge, I will carry on to.
The barge is on the edge of the Needles at the moment, so you can travel back with them, or you can walk back through the city. It's entirely up to you.
Oh, fine. Oh, no, if the barge is travelling back, I shall travel back with them.
So you guys clamber on board. And Aisling, you are faced with a curious bunch of characters. There is a heavily armoured, very, very hench Kenku, who kind of gives you a big stiff nod and kind of watches everybody in a very sort of like, if you do something wrong, I am going to hit you sort of way. Laconically leaning against one of the storage boxes on top is a very pretty looking tabaxi who is shaped kind of like patterned like an ocelot, and she just gives you a slow wink and then smiles broadly as Rock comes back on board, and sitting in one corner flipping through a book is a very dark-skinned half-elf who just politely nods as you come on board.
Hi.
Watcher, this is Nim, this is Fletch, this is Lavender, this is Aisling. She's part of this other crew. You remember Eugene and Rock?
It is nice to meet you, Aisling. Is this your friend you were looking for?
It is indeed. We fortunately have found one of the people we've been looking for, which is our friend Aisling. These good people have been very kind to help us. This is Garrick's family.
Hi.
Lavender wanders up the tabaxi. Everything about her is just a little bit sultry and she just takes your hand. Oh, you poor dear, you should come with me. I will make sure you have something to drink and a little bit of a sit down. Come, and she just pats your hand gently and just guides you.
Oh, if you insist.
We'll cast off then and get moving back up. Back to the Fog Ring?
Yeah, that's where we're heading. Is there any way we can get a message to Illicir,
Nim
or
kind
should we
of
wait till we're there?
Nim sort of stands up. She goes, "I'll get the message stone. Just bear with me, please." And she disappears below deck, leaving you on the barge as it pushes off and goes up. They're a chatty bunch, very friendly, very warm. They make you feel welcome, but there's again it's like slight guard. Obviously, they trust you enough because Garrick has vouched for you, but you're on their ship, and you do feel like that. After a short while, Nim reappears and chucks a small carved stone in the shape of a face with an open mouth.
Thank you. I'm just gonna go below and give a full report. Make sure you know Farkas. Just keep an eye on him, please. Like, as in, your eyes do not leave him, Nim.
She smiles and just sits on the box and literally just stares at Farkas. You also notice that Fletch, although he's driving the barge at the moment, has not like his eyes just every once in a while just flip back to what Farkas is doing. If you three are watched, he is not going anywhere. It doesn't take you too long. It's only about 10-15 minutes up the stream, and you come to a small dock with some small warehouses around it, and the familiar sort of pouring of mist and sky ether through the area known as the fog ring. Standing on the docks is a beautiful dusky red-skinned tiefling woman, slightly older than all of you, probably in her, I'd say, her early 50s, with very deep eyes, and she wearing sort of very quite practical clothes, well fitted, and well designed. It's like tough looking stuff, but just stuff for working in. And she's standing with her arms crossed and her tail twitching impatiently.
As the barge is approaching, I'll just let Eugene, Rock, and Ashleen know that this is Illicir. She's kind of like if we're a family, she's the mum. So just a little respect. Don't backtrack the mum, because otherwise we're going to pay for it later.
Got ya.
We shall be on our best behaviour.
Thank you very much.
Lavender,
Yeah, mums love me.
and Lavender, who's standing next to Eugene, goes, "Oh, darling, they must do. You are a beautiful little creature."
He blushes.
I love lavender.
The boat is pulled up. Lavender and Nim jump off to one side, moor it up with ropes, and drop a gangplank so that you can all walk off. Illicir is waiting for you, and she smiles and nods and opens up her arms for a hug when Garrick comes off. Right, so Garrick, are you going to update me what's going on?
Yeah, first of all, these are my new friends. This is Ashleen, this is Eugene, this is Rock. Guys, this is Illicir. So we've got Farkas on board, and he's been a very bad boy. Not intentionally, apparently, but I think I'm still going to hold it against him. It's quite a long-winded magical story that I don't, you know me, I'm not au fait with that kind of crap. So Eugene will probably tell it the best, or Rock. But long and short is, Myrr has been changed, and we kind of want to change it back.
Okay. Bad for the city, or bad for our business, or just bad as a general sense of the word?
I think the threat is more to people's lives. So city, then business, then just bad generally.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we will have a chat with Farkas shortly then. But in the meantime, as succinctly as the two of you can, and your friend, I presume, knows what's going on. If the three of you could explain to me what is happening, I will see what resources I can provide.
Very well. And I shall begin to tell her the story.
As he goes to tell the story, I will sit cross-legged in front of him.
As soon as he does that, Rock is going to straighten up and sort of flick his coat back and immediately become a little more elaborate and sort of well-spoken and outspoken and start to embellish the story. And every now and then I will pause and sort of gesture to Eugene very theatrically as if it is very much your cue for your part.
So Ashling's going to sit next to Garrick excitedly as well and be like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah. Oh, I knew this would happen.
Trying to remember how many times the Aisling and Eugene have seen Rock in performance mode before.
Not many.
No, I don't think at all. In fact,
No, well, they saw me.
Well, it was
I told the
last...
closet story.
Yeah.
tell the closet story. Yeah.
Although Aisling wasn't there.
But Aisling
Nope.
wasn't there, but I saw that.
I keep like nudging Garrick and be like, "Oh, I love this bit. Love this bit."
And you get to the end, and then he goes, "I don't." That was
Oh, you're very kind.
quite
You're very kind.
performance. I have to admit that wasn't quite what I was expecting, but that was incredibly informative. Thank you, Rock. And Eugene, thank you very much. Very informative.
Yeah, Eugene wasn't as performative as
his-
Rock. I think he probably
Yeah.
felt a bit uncomfortable speaking loudly in front of everyone, but he tried his best.
So one of these.
Yeah, he's the one that in the group in the group presentation who stands at the back and is like, and yes.
So basically, Eugene did the stuff that was actually factual and really happened, whereas Rock just did the embellishments and created atmosphere.
It's like every school project I was on. There's the smart
Pretty
kids who
much.
did all the work, and then there's the person who just did the presenting.
Yeah.
Amazing. Right. So, long story short, there is a chance we can save and help Mia, but we need to get hold of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest, you four are probably better suited than the rest of the river rats to be able to do that. You're freer to move. We're slightly restricted. Also, you seem more capable.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know Garrick's strengths, but from what you're describing, you all have abilities, magic, and the like to your names.
Well, we are adventurers. We are, we are officially with the Adventurers Guild.
Well, there you go. You're clearly more.
It's my second day.
Only your second day. Goodness,
I
that's
know.
impressive.
It's impressive, isn't it?
It's almost a twitch of the hand, almost like she wants to reach out and ruffle your hair, but she holds back. Well, that's very impressive, Eugene. But if you can bring back my Mia, I would be incredibly grateful. And if you could help Garrick, because I know I can't stop Garrick from doing this.
Well, Garrick has endeared himself to us by helping us find our friend Aisling. Not that I'm entirely sure we had much choice about him joining us, but nonetheless, we have agreed and committed to helping Garrick find Mia and, if possible, to save them. So we are most grateful for his and your family's help.
Oh, I love you too, Rock. And he'll sort of like hug one of Rock's legs.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, Garrick's adorable.
You're very tall.
Get it off, Aisling. Get it off. Get
No,
it off
it's
me.
so cute. Look at
Oh,
them.
no. Go. I'm just going to push him away. But
Garrick, we talked about personal boundaries and asking permission before. Remember this?
Yeah, it's
right.
at this point that I'm going to say, if you wouldn't mind, on that note, I have to leave and go and report in to the people that we have to report into.
They're working for the Watch, Ulysses.
That would explain a lot. Yes, okay, excellent. Do you want someone to go with you? You probably could do with just. I don't
Maybe
think it's a good idea for
escort.
any of you to be on your own.
But I mean, it's only to the Watch. Sure, but I mean, if you think I should have an escort, I'm sure I'll be fine.
She kind of, if you don't mind, Garrick, and she gives a brief whistle, and Fletch comes to the top of the gangplank. Fletch, would you stay with Rock and just make sure that he gets back to us safe after going to the watch? And Fletch just shrugs, and that is no problem. I will go.
Thank you, that's very kind.
And clacks down.
And I shall head off.
The two of you head off. So, the rest of you are ushered into a warehouse and into a comfy-looking office space come bedroom, come house, which is clearly where Alicia does most of her work. There's several cots and small beds made up for any of the magpies. The river rats that need to stay for any reason off the barges. There is a young human boy running around doing some various chores who kind of jumps as soon as she comes in and I did this and I did, and she just it's all right. Go and rest, and we'll have a chat about stuff in the morning. Please make yourselves at home. I am certain your friend will be back shortly. Rock. It's not actually that far to the docks and the office. It's very close to where the barge is moored and the river rats have their warehouse. As you found it before, it's not the busiest City Watch office barracks you've ever seen, but there is a constant coming and going. You actually find a familiar-looking goblin sitting outside, drawing on a black slate board that they've dragged outside, with a list of names, some of which look very familiar. This is Ag the No Longer Filthy.
Good. Hello there.
It's you. Hello.
Yes. What are the names on the board?
Right, so, and he goes, you should know this. Like, so, this person is dead, this person is dead.
Yes.
And you reported this person being dead, and then that person being dead made this person dead, but we don't think that they're connected. And then this person's dead.
Correct.
And we're trying to find out why they're all dead and what their connection is.
And we're on the case, which incidentally is what I'm coming to report. Is the sergeant here for a report in?
No, but Corporal Tire is. Would you prefer to talk to her?
You'd
always.
Prefer to talk to her. I would most definitely prefer to talk to her.
Right, well, come in. And he kind of goes, wanders in, then remembers his slate board, picks it up and tucks it under one arm and wanders back in. It's easier to work outside sometimes. It's very noisy in here, you know.
Of course.
Us smart detective types need our peace and quiet, you know.
Of course we do, yes. Yes, totally. And I'm just going to cast a little look at my Kenku friend and kind of roll my eyes.
Very quietly, softly, Fletch opens his mouth, and in a perfect mimicry of the goblin comes out. It's us detective types. He just shrugs with a slight
Rock, because this is quite a surprise to Rock, the mimicry. Rock is literally just in the silence as we're walking behind the goblin. And as Fletch does that, Rock just goes, "Gah!"
Everything all right?
Sorry. Sorry, I just... something in my throat.
So you're taken through to a familiar-looking room where Corporal Tire is sitting at a number of papers and things like that. Rock, it is good to see you.
Good evening. I'm terribly sorry for the late hour of my reporting, but it's been quite an eventful day or two.
Awesome. So what do you tell Corporal Tire?
I will tell Corporal Tire that we are on the case that we are following a lead at the moment, and we expect to be able to give some solid answers for them tomorrow. I will tell her that we have found out that there are some clandestine happenings, possibly with some parties in the city. The Embers could be involved.
The sound of the embers, her head, like she snaps, almost like she's been scrutinizing you anyway, but there's a definite reaction.
And I shall just tell her that we have no proof at the moment, apart from some reports of a tattoo which would suggest that the Embers may be involved. And our suspicion is that there are some plans underway to create arcane methods in some unethical ways, which we think could be used as potential weapons or something like that. However, we are currently investigating, and in the morning we will be following up on our lead, and we shall then be able to report back fully. I won't mention the river rats, and I won't mention exactly what we are about to do. And then I shall just wait for her.
It's interesting because she does clock Fletch as Fletch comes in, but she doesn't say anything. It's not that she's ignoring Fletch, but she's kind of... Actually, make an insight check for me, please.
Inside. That would be a 19.
19. You get the impression she's aware of the river rats, and she's probably aware of the fact that if you're with Fletch, that they are involved somehow. But if you're not telling her, she's going to wait until you...
Yeah, I'm not trying to deceive her at all, and I am certainly not, I'm not lying to her or anything like that. If she asks me anything directly, I will try and answer honestly, but what I am trying to do is make sure that I don't implicate anybody that I may have any dealings that they don't want her to know about, like the river rats, for example. And I also don't want to trigger anything that would cause her to just send her people out to kill Myrr, for example. So I'm being very careful about editing what I tell her.
And you kind of get the impression that she's savvy enough that she can read between the lines, and she doesn't understand everything that's going on, but she understands that you are putting down what you need to, and you are, you're kind of talking around the subject as much as possible.
I kind of figured she would be able to tell that I'm withholding certain things, but I wouldn't purposefully withhold them if she asked me directly anything. Let's put it that way.
She kind of looks at the both of you. Be honest now. Is there anything else we can provide you with? Do you need any other support? If you need officers, I can give them to you. And it's not a accusing look. It's just like, are you too safe? Do you want any more help?
The honest answer is I don't know. Having more officers involved could perhaps just cause some more problems for us. What I would request is if we do need some, shall we say, some muscle or official support, that you would allow us to request that from you and make some people available very quickly for us tomorrow.
She reaches into a pouch and she pulls out a small brass badge and just walks around the table.
Oh, yes, I'm going to be a deputy.
Excuse me. And hands it to you. This is a watch badge. It is not to be used for any illicit purposes. But if you need help...
I'm going to clutch my pearls at that suggestion.
But if you need help, and she shows you a small rune on the back, brush this rune, and in Draconic, and she will say to you directly in Draconic, the eyes of the watch are everywhere.
Okay.
And I will know you need help.
And will you be able to tell where we are?
Close enough that we can send you help.
That is most appreciated. You have been very kind in allowing us the space to investigate this mystery on our own. So I shall make sure you are informed immediately when we have further information.
Do me proud, Rock. We will prove the sergeant wrong, and maybe we will get the help we need in the future.
I'm just going to kind of glance around to make sure the sergeant isn't actually in the room or anything. I'm just going to say to her, to be honest, that man has delusions of adequacy. And I shall give her an elaborate bow and say, I thank you. We shall be leaving now if there's nothing else.
That is all. Thank you so much for your help.
And I will say, Fletch, shall we make our way back?
I am ready to go if you are.
I am indeed. Thank you very much. Bye!
And you leave and you make your way back. Is there anything the other three of you want to talk about or discuss or ask any of your friends whilst you are waiting for Rock to return?
Yes.
I just want to drink lots of tea.
Eugene would like to have a conversation with Aisling. So he's going to sit. I'm assuming we're sitting on beds or something.
Yeah.
While we're relaxing.
Hammocks.
Yeah. He's going to come sit next to Aisling and kind of look around and make sure no one else is kind of near enough to hear their conversation. Aisling, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So I've noticed that you have something on your person, and I was wondering if I could ask you some questions about it.
What? What is it? What thing?
You know, you have this small white box.
Oh yeah. And she just gets it out. She's not sensitive about it at all.
So in Aisling's hand is a white stone puzzle box with several parts missing. Strange runes written on different parts of it, and it looks like it's partly a jar, but not properly open.
I thought it was a box, not a jar.
It's only partly a jar.
I'm leaving.
Mostly a box.
on your next roll, please.
That's fair. That's very fair.
No, it's fine. We like those puns.
So, where did you get it?
So right, I was like mapping a right spooky place and came across it, and like the second I interacted with it, I got a new friend.
What?
Oh, you have such a wonderful way of describing our companionship.
What do you mean?
Right. I map, I don't describe. What? Sorry?
What do you mean you got a new friend? And what do you mean you came across it? It was just there?
Okay, Charlie to Chris, can you remind me how Aisling found this?
So you were doing a general cartography mission for the Adventurers Guild in some of the shattered islands in the lower part of the area around Cloud's Cairn, and you found by accident an old temple. And this object was on a altar in the middle of the temple, and the minute you touched it, you passed out, and then when you came to some time later, on the surface, well away from this temple, the first thing you heard was Alabaster's voice saying,
Cool.
"Well, hello there."
Okay,
Alabaster
cool.
has been teaching you magic and trying to keep you out of trouble ever since.
Okay, nice. So I described pretty much an Aisling-ish that. And yeah, so I like couldn't do magic or anything. I was just a normie before I found this. And then I met Alabaster. I haven't introduced you guys yet because it's kind of hard because he's like non-corporeal and in my head and you're like here. But I can't believe I haven't mentioned it yet. Sorry.
So we when we were looking for Farkas, we met his familiar, a Quasit. They're like a little demon. They're quite cute actually.
Oh.
He mentioned that his master was looking for a white box.
Oh. Well, I mean, they're not having this one. That's
Well,
mine.
no, I didn't say anything.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I figured
Oh.
that you wanted to keep it, but I thought that you should know that someone's looking for it.
Ooh, no. I mean, this one's quite important. Like, I don't know what would happen if I didn't have it, and if I couldn't talk to him or anything.
Well, I imagine you wouldn't be able to do magic anymore.
Your life will become so unbearably dull.
Yes, it would.
I'm going to assume that you're talking to him when you're just...
You know, I always forget that you guys can't hear him. So yeah, if I do something a bit weird, just assume that.
Okay.
Safe.
It's hard to tell when you're just being normal Ashling weird or talking to the voice in your head weird.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Okay. Well, I'll figure out a way to let you know.
Can I look at it?
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. And I hand it over.
Ashling, as your hands move towards, there's a moment of hesitation in them. Like almost like.
Oh, I'm not gonna go the one ring on it, am I?
like there's this, no, it's this moment of this feeling is like.
And after all, why shouldn't I keep it?
Yeah. Can we really trust this half elf? I mean, we've only known him 2 days.
Oh yeah. But I mean, Ashling's way too trusting.
Then that's fair enough, and that is Ashling's decision, and your body momentarily locks up only for a second, and then resumes.
Yeah, I'm sort of like, but like, be careful with it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
So can I investigate it?
You can. You can make an investigation check or an arcana check on it. I know which one you're going to go.
They're both the same. 19.
19. So from an arcana perspective, I mean, from an investigation, you're like, if I had all the right pieces, I could probably open this, but it won't work properly until the missing pieces are found.
Okay, so there's very obviously like pieces missing.
Yeah, and it won't work without them. The mechanics of it just won't mesh. From an arcana perspective, it's pre-Ascension old. It's hard to gauge exactly how old it is, but it is at least a good 700-800 years old. So it's old civilization. The runes around it. I mean, what languages does Eugene speak?
I think he just speaks Common and Elvish.
I think you picked up 2 of them because you took Sage as well.
Oh, I did, but I don't know where they are.
Ah, fair enough. Choose 2 off the top of your head, and we'll make it canon.
I know they're here somewhere, but where are they?
You're looking on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
All your languages should be in the bottom left-hand corner.
Oh yeah, I was just looking for
Oh,
them
I
as well.
also know Halfling.
And Halfling.
Yeah.
Awesome. None of the runes around it make sense. They're kind of vaguely familiar. In fact, they look a little bit like some of the runes you've seen on those 2 magic circles that you've drawn in your book recently, but they're not the same. It's almost like somebody butchered them.
Okay.
Do I know what they say?
What language do you speak? Do you speak...
Common, Elvish, and Sylvan.
No.
Cool.
He is going to copy down these runes into his notebook.
Do you know what they say?
I don't. They look kind of vaguely familiar, but maybe we can find out.
Yeah, that would be cool, actually. Be good to have your help with this, because, like, I just go with the flow with it. Occasionally, I turn up somewhere that is different to this, and that's about the only explanation that I get from the bugger, so...
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I mean, I'm sure we can find a book that would be helpful.
Yeah, you're good at that. You'll find one.
Okay, he's gonna carefully hand back the box.
Cheers. And I take it too quickly and drop it. And I'm like, oh crap, shit. Right, okay. No, I've got it. It's fine.
There is
One, be careful with it, but two, I don't think it's a good idea to tell anyone that you've got that. You know how before you just got it out, like,
Yeah.
I don't think you should do that. I think you should be careful who you show that to.
Okay. Oh, well, now, especially now that we know someone's after it and someone that I don't want to have it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Good shout. All right. Me and you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aisling, there's an amused silence. You're always aware when you're being paid attention to by your visitor, and he's listening, but he's not talking. He's deliberately holding his tongue at the moment, and there's this like air of amusement coming from him.
He's enjoying this too much.
Yeah, just a little too much. I think it's about this time that Rock returns with Fletch, and the four of you are reunited.
You want a cup of tea?
Yes.
Would you do? I will.
Lovely. I'll get a special blend out.
Woo!
Did you just shimmy to go and get the tea?
Yes, yeah.
You don't shimmy to get your tea?
I mean, is that why
I
it's
thought it was just
brew?
us.
That's what's special about
It's
it.
the universal language for special brew.
You dance at it and it's more tasty.
Exactly.
Amazing.
If there is a chance, I would like to just at some point go and stand and have a little chat with Illicir.
She is generally around. She's working through some paperwork, and she kind of quirks an eyebrow. Hello, welcome back. How did it go?
Thank you. It was very good. I have reported to the watch, although I was a little selective in sharing my information. But I'm sure you are well aware that can be the best way with some people. However, the corporal that we deal with is a corporal.
Corporal Tyree.
Yeah, the corporal that we deal with is actually most accommodating and seems to be one of the good ones, as they say. So I have also managed to secure their guarantee of support of men on the ground should we need them. So I have enabled that backup for us should we need it. But I thank you very much for your kindness in having us here on your barge.
Well, you're going to get back one of my children. I could hardly say no to putting you up for the night.
But so Myrr is also one of your River Rat family. Then I know that Myrr is a friend of Garrick's, but I did not know how or why.
I found Myrr and Garrick at the same time.
You found them?
Yes. Children in the Narrows, in the Needles and the Fog Ring do not have the same advantages, and if they don't have a family, they need one quite quickly. I happened to find the two of them when they were quite young, and they have been inseparable ever since. So yes, I do think of them as my children.
But their birth families were not to be seen?
Either uninterested or gone.
Oh. Well, that's very sad. But it is most fortunate that they found the family that they now have.
Some of us have to find our families. We don't have the love necessarily nurtured from us from birth. But that's okay. Any family is a family.
I am learning that sometimes one's given family is not necessarily the family that one belongs with, I think. As even when there is love and kindness there.
And she smiles. I mean, you would already know that. She's wouldn't you?
I'm sorry. What?
You are a good friend of Julie.
You know my friend Julie?
Julie and I have had more than one occasion where we've had to pass businesses to each other.
Oh, well, that explains what I immediately noticed what a magnificent person you were, and that obviously explains it. Julie is a wonder of this world. I have many fond memories of my times with Julie, and she has not more than on more than one occasion helped me out, and I have tried to return the favor where I can.
Well, I hope the rest of your family get to meet her at some point. She is truly a wonderful woman.
She is indeed. How did you know that I know Julie?
There's very little that goes on in this city that doesn't come to my notice.
Oh.
Also, who do you think shipped your friends up the river quickly? And she just kind of chuckles and pushes some paperwork away.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see now. I understand. Oh, look, there's a penny dropping. Yes, that would make perfect sense. Well, that's lovely to know that we have mutual acquaintances. But I should join my friends and probably get some rest.
We'll make sure that you're not disturbed. Also, Farkas has generously, and there's a sort of quirk to her smile as she says that, given us a good direction to where this other magic circle is.
Well, that should you need help with the directions, my colleague Ashling is remarkably gifted with maps.
In which case, and she pulls out a sheaf of paper and hands it to Ashling. I'm sure you can do better than this.
Oh, yes, please.
And you have a hand-drawn map, which kind of leads to what looks like it's a reasonable description. You know you can draw better than this, and you'll get the opportunity when you're travelling tomorrow to kind of map out the fog ring a bit better.
Yeah, I try and not be too shady about it. It's like, it's great. Okay, turn over the page.
Oh, you've made a very good start.
Oh, you should be so proud. I'm going to put this right on the fridge.
Wow, we all took our shade deals today, didn't we?
As a counter to the shade, Rock is going to, before I settle down to rest, I'm just going to go over to Eugene and just place a gentle hand on Eugene's shoulder and just say, I don't know what we would have done without you today. I don't know if we would have brought Ashling back. You certainly have made an impression in your first 2 days.
Thank you.
And then I shall just say, but do straighten up. Your clothing is all... And then I'm going to just wander off and go and rest.
What's wrong with my clothes?
I feel like that is a really good place to take a break as you guys get a long rest.
Yay!
It's about to be Eugene's
God
first
for
day.
Nom, 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 nom.
It's about to be Eugene's third day.
Oh my God.
Excellent. So if you guys take a long rest, we're going to take a short bio break, get some drinks. Everybody get up, give yourselves a stretch, make sure you grab a drink, or when you come back, watch our adverts. There's some wonderful people directed to some really lovely artists and other creatives that we love and like and share.
Some of whom may be watching this very stream.
Some of whom might be watching this very stream.
Hi, Mum.
Hi,
Charlie's mum.
Hi, Charlie's mum. We will be back in about 10 minutes, guys. About 1:45. And we will see you all then. And we are back. Hello. Right. Quickly before we start, just a quick shout out to Charlie's mum, who sent a guest text to Charlie about the box. I'm not going to give you all the details now, but you are closer than you think. That's all I'm
Well
gonna
done,
say now. Before our break, our adventurers had managed to spend some time catching up and resting and relaxing, trying to grab some food and figure out what was going on. They've just had a long rest in the care of Ilisir, the leader of the River Rats, and a bit of a mum figure. And we will start back sometime shortly before dawn. I would like everybody to tell me their passive perceptions, starting with Garrick.
I've got a very strong 10.
Amazing. Aisling?
15.
15. Eugene
11.
and Rock.
12.
Aisling, you are
Yeah.
woken from your sleep. Okay, so you've had enough time to have your full rest, but you're kind of at that point where you probably should be thinking about getting up by shouting coming from outside.
Ugh.
You are snapped back into wakefulness, and there is a sense of something, almost like something familiar, external to your body, coming from outside. It's a weird feeling. You can't quite place your fingers on it. The rest of your companions are still snoozing at this moment.
Are we all in the same room?
Yeah.
Who's the nearest hammock to mine?
Who would have Aisling bedded down nearest? Who does Aisling have that sort of relationship with?
Probably Eugene, because we just had the chat.
So Eugene.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, the cot next to you.
I've woken up with quite a bit of adrenaline, so I'm gonna, in true goat fashion, kick out with my hoof at Eugene.
Whoa! Jesus.
Eugene!
Fantasy Jesus!
Right. First of all, good
What's
morning. You're
going
you're
on?
adorable when you sleep. Second of all, something weird. All right, you gotta come with me.
What do you mean something weird?
I don't know. It just. I don't think so. I think something's not all right.
It's at this point, Eugene, that you hear someone shouting outside and a scream.
Oh, that.
Okay, well, we should go see what's happening.
All right, should we wake Rock up?
Yes, definitely.
Where's Garrick? He's so small. Where is he?
He's here somewhere.
Okay.
Garrick is a lump,
Under all the pillows.
is a
Maybe
lump
don't
drifting
kick them,
above
though.
Rock on the hammock, I would think. Rock is on the
I
cot.
think that might be him.
Like a little halfling pinata.
Okay, Eugene's gonna wake Rock.
All right,
Gently,
I'll wake up
but
Garrick.
firmly.
Hmm?
No kicking.
Gently.
Ow! Ow! God, they got me right in the rabbit
There's no time
mark.
to explain. I heard screaming. We have to go.
What are you shouting? What are you all shouting
Outside.
about?
Come on.
What do you
There's
mean
some-
this? Oh God!
Bad nonsense happening outside, right? Wakey.
Wait, I can't even see anything yet. Can you just?
All right, someone get Rock's contact lenses. Let's go.
Where are we going? What time is it? Why are we in the middle of the night?
There's something going on outside.
Garrick will go into high alert and quickly tie up his hair into a man bun and then run.
Jumps
See,
out.
Garrick knows. Garrick knows what's up.
Right. Okay. Come on. Right. I will grab my coat and throw it on quickly, and grab my pistol and rapier, and then follow them.
Cool. Takes you a couple of seconds to get yourself together and sort it out, and you kind of rush out, and you are just in the aftermath of what is happening. You open the doors looking onto the 2 or 3 barges. There are river rats all up and down the dock, all of them sort of looking towards the rooftop. Laying on the side with Nim with their head on Nim's lap is Farkas, who is bleeding from a nasty wound on their neck. Nim is applying pressure and is trying to heal them at the moment. All the rest of your barge are kind of like looking to the rooftops. And
Can I rush over to Nim and Farkas straight away?
you can, yes.
And immediately I am just going to cast Healing Word.
I think Nim, as you're approaching, is in the middle of casting something themselves, herself. So she kind of looks at you and smiles and appreciative, but she just finishes the spell, and there's a flash of divine energy which runs into Farkas, who is unconscious but stable.
Okay, so he stopped bleeding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Garrick is going to look to the rooftops, fully expecting that Myrr is going to be there, as that's their favourite place at the moment.
I will have a perception or an investigation check.
I'm not very good at either. Oh no, I'm all right at investigation. Okay. That's a 6.
A 6. You don't see anything. It's dark. You're still wiping sleep from your eye.
Up there somewhere. I know it.
Eugene, what would you like to do?
Eugene's gonna have a look as well, see if he can see anything.
Yep. I will have one of the same rolls.
Oh. 8.
8. No, nothing. Again, you're discombobulated. There's a lot going on. There's shouting. As you're kind of trying to look up, Lavender accidentally bumps into you, and you kind of lose focus for a second. Aisling, your attention is drawn to a small, shadowy figure standing just on the edge of one of the rooftops, just far enough away.
Is that who you were looking for, Garrick?
Is it Myrr? I'm assuming it's Myrr.
It looks Myrr-shaped, and then there's the moon passes out from behind a cloud, and through the fog you can just about make out more detail. Their face is twisted and contorted into something almost inhuman. The limbs longer. They're hunched over, but the core basis of who they were is your friend.
Yeah, that's Spiky Myrr. That is Spiky Myrr.
As they watch,
what do we do?
They hiss and jump away.
Did he always do that?
No, but I think we should follow.
Okay.
You're about to go when Ilse stands in front of you and she stops you. We see to the family first. You will investigate this tomorrow, Garrick. I know you want to get to Mia, and I'm sorry to have to stop you. But our family is hurt. Mia attacked several of us.
Fine. But they're getting away.
I think I know. I think you know where they're going.
Right, fine. Who's hurt?
You look around. Lavender is holding what looks like a bright shiner about to sort of come up.
No, not Lavender. We must protect her at all costs.
Fletch is wounded, like he's got a nasty scratch down one arm, but is okay. And there's a couple of the other river rats from the other barge who have taken a small beating. As you approach Lavender, I've never seen Myrr move like this. This is new. I do not like it.
Lavender, it's fine. It's not Myrr, it's Spiky Myrr. We just need to get used to it. Spiky Myrr at the moment until we can turn it back. Now, you need to put about 5 cold tea bags on that eye before it gets any worse. Now, off you go.
Why is everything with you with tea?
Why wouldn't I be? It's the best thing in the world.
Garrick is worse than me, human real life Charlie.
Nim kind of directs Lavender to take a seat and is finished looking over Farkas, who is unconscious but breathing.
Rock will go over to Nim and say, "Where can I help?"
See to the injured, please. I will take care of this.
I will go to whichever injured is nearest to me.
Yeah. So there's nobody who's very seriously injured other than Farkas. Everyone's got like scratches and bruises. They'll probably be all right with just a bit of a rest and just like a couple of bandages and that. But you can help them. Bandage themselves up.
Yeah, I will just even if it's just kind of comforting and helping them put on a band-aid. Like I will just do whatever I can.
I'll have a medicine check from you, please.
Garrick has gone to Fletch to help him bind his scratched arm wound.
Yeah, medicine check was 10.
Okay, so you provide some comfort and some basic first aid with that.
Yeah,
that's fine, Garrick. Fletch is frustrated. Came out of nowhere. Didn't stand a chance. I've never seen so quick.
I think Spiky Myrr is tracking either Aisling or Farkas. I can't work out which yet.
And we had them both in the same place.
Exactly.
Aisling and Eugene, do you two do anything further?
I think Eugene would just try and help wherever he can, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm looking to Tiefling Mum to get told what to do.
You are sent to get some hot water and some bandages.
Okay, I do that.
You spend the next half an hour or so bandaging people up and making sure that everything is okay. And it comes after everything's sort of settled down and everyone calms down, and those people who go into shock from being attacked are given some whiskey, some morning whiskey to get them going.
Some breakfast whiskey.
The sun is just starting to creep over the cairn itself, and the light is coming through the city. And of course, in the fog ring, that means things get less visible. But as soon as she is happy that everyone is safe and okay, Elisir kind of turns to the four of you. Right, I am sorry to have delayed you. I would not have done so if my people had not been hurt. You have your map. I suggest you start your search there. Do you need anything from me?
No.
Okay.
Unless you happen to have a healing potion or two that you can throw our way, just in case. But other than that, I think we are going to have to do this on our own.
Third drawer down. Second drawer inside the third drawer down. You'll find what you need.
Okay.
Hey, rogues are so cool.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2. How many have I got? What am I doing?
What is a healing potion? Just a normal healing potion in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a guzzle down in emergencies type supply.
Yeah, that's what we need. Something for emergencies. You never know.
Awesome. So, following the map, you find yourself going through the fog ring past the flower shop where you fought the husks and zombies, deeper into the old city, where you come up towards the wall that divides the fog ring from the old citadel, and nestled just in a forgotten corner behind like an old park is the rundown ruins of a church that used to be there. You're all, I think that, Garrick, you're familiar with this. This is one of those sort of places that teenagers come to kind of have picnics, and kids come to be scared.
Picnics.
By the ghosts, and older couples come to kind of get some fresh air from in what's quite
Fresh air.
Which is actually quite a pretty area sort of thing. But it's actually quite pretty and peaceful. According to Farkas's map, there should be an entranceway somewhere in the old ruin.
Aisling's map.
Ashley's
Farkas's map, we'd be in the opposite direction.
Garrick's going to start using his knowledge of the area, and the last time he probably was here was with Myrr, and just see if he can find this entrance that he probably hadn't noticed before.
Investigation check. You guys can have this with advantage because the instructions you've been given.
No longer needed. It's a natural 20.
Yay!
Hey, first one of the day.
Oh well. I mean, if you're going to be fancy about it, you do. You find buried beneath some very well placed pillars, and what is actually a false floor is a small stairwell that goes down into the old catacombs beneath it.
Before I go down, I'm going to take one of my daggers and scritch into the wall above in Thieves' Cant, secret entrance.
You do so you know that other members of the River Rats and associated people will find that next time they're in the area. Fantastic. So,
I wish I knew Thieves' Cant. I would just scratch previously secret entrance.
Also, whilst you're looking around, you find a dropped purse in there. Looks like it's got snagged by someone climbing through the wreckage or something.
All right, I'll open it, take a look.
It has 30 gold pieces in it. Somebody quite well to do for this area.
Yeah.
And a small, unfamiliar crystal.
I'll be like, oh, well, okay, well, I don't really need this. And I would take a look and with full shade, knowing it's full shade, do a one up, one down against all of them. Be like, you could probably use this gold, and give it to them, and then take out the crystal and go to Eugene and be like, yeah.
Eugene is like, "Oh, shiny thing, yeah."
Like the magpie that all wizards are.
Eugene's a magpie. Now it all makes sense.
Eugene, what is that? Is that important? What is it?
I don't know. Do I know what it is?
Make an Arcana check.
21.
Ooh, yeah, you've read about these. At least you think it is. It's entirely possible you could be wrong. It's what's known as a flash crystal. If you're right, you can smash this under the right circumstances, and it will teleport you to the entrance of the location that you were just in. So if you're going down below something, so the last one.
It's like an escape rope.
Yeah, it's an emergency escape rope.
From Pokemon.
I was going to say it's like those sneaky, cheeky escapes in Skyrim when you've gone through a dungeon and then you conveniently find a door that you can get out to the entrance again.
The door you couldn't see from the other side.
A specific sort of misty step. So if we were doing dungeoneering crawl, it would take you to the entrance of the dungeon, but if you're in like a house or a complex or something, it will take you to the entrance to the house.
That's cool.
I will explain this in my best Eugene way to the rest of the group.
And that's how Cotton got away the first time, the little bastard.
Oh.
Ooh, is this Cotton's purse?
Yes, it could very well be Cotton's purse.
Right.
I mean, you've never really got close enough to the rabbit to kind of see what sort of purse or pouches they have, but
it's terrifying 6-foot rabbit folk with a dainty little purse.
A clutch.
A clutch.
Hey, just because he's evil doesn't mean he's not stylish.
I mean,
evil people are always the most stylish, aren't they?
that's true. That's science.
That is science, yes.
Well, Eugene, maybe you keep the crystal and the gold, and I'm just going to then take the purse, thinking I now think it's the rabbits, and just with my dagger to shred it to pieces, just for fun. With definite malice as well.
I guess we're done with that then.
Yeah.
You feel slightly better.
You checked it for any sort of notes or anything, or any directions?
Bit
or
late now.
Yes.
It's a purse.
where people may keep instructions or something.
Oh yeah, no, this is just the gold and
Okay.
the crystal, right? Yeah.
As long as you checked.
Shred. Yes, absolutely did check. Shred.
I think you can put it down now, Garrick.
Wow.
So you
If you insist.
Yes, I don't think we can do much more with the shards of fabric that's left.
With the leather confetti that you just threw away.
Is this where the circle is then? Down here?
Yep, I think this is it. This is secret entrance.
Why is it always underground?
No.
Good question.
Would you like to make a guess as to that?
Because that's where the temples are, the old temples are.
Rock's got the right of it. Cloudskern is one of those cities, and I think Eugene would figure this out as soon as Eugene says it, because how smart Eugene is. Like, logically, Cloudskern is one of those cities that's built itself over what was before. So when the islands were lifted in the Ascension, any ruins that were trapped underneath would have just been built over, and with new materials and things.
It's cool.
So,
And also because bad guys like creepy places.
Yeah, it's aesthetic.
Totally. Atmosphere, man.
but all the cool stuff is also underground, you think, Eugene?
Yeah, bats are dripping and spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Eugene looks thrilled by that.
Usually dead bodies.
Usually dead bodies. Yeah.
Rats.
Which Eugene lands in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, who's going first?
Garrick.
Yeah, that's probably the best. Thanks for volunteering me there, Rock.
I didn't volunteer you, I pushed you.
Okay. I will sneak my way down and see what's there.
I will have a stealth check of you. How close are the rest of you staying to Garrick at this point?
We do give him a fair amount of distance.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, if there's any traps,
Because I can see he's trying to be sneaky, and I do have hooves.
Oh my god, we have.
Yeah,
got
are
to
we
get
going
you some
down another
booties.
ladder? Is that what's happening?
Oh no!
It's an old
My
stairwell.
mortal enemy.
Yeah. Yes, there is a metal ladder.
No! This is how I die.
I'm gonna have to get Aisling a harness so I can strap her on my back and carry her.
Wait,
down the back.
we can lift it. We can lower her down with our mage hands.
Oh, mage
It's a
hands
spectral,
are so
that
useful.
old throne thing you used to do.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
it's the spectral
We'll
version of that.
join mage hands.
Mwah.
Anyway, back to Garrick's stealth roll.
Sorry.
Yeah, 14.
14. Okay, cool. Excellent. How are the rest of you proceeding? Are any of you trying to be stealthy, or are you just going down, giving Garrick enough time to...
I'm definitely.
I mean,
trying to
I'll
be stealthy.
try.
Yeah.
I will go
Let's give
after
it a go.
Garrick.
Yep. And stealth roll from the three of you, please. That is not a happy face, Charlie. What did Aisling get? Was it very low? Was it? Oh, okay.
I got a
no.
critical fail.
Oh,
Aisling did fall down the ladder.
I'm afraid because
She somehow found a ladder.
Cool. I will go to the other two and then I will tell you what roughly happens.
Great.
Eugene, what was yours?
16.
And Rock.
8.
8. Awesome. So I feel like it's going all right. Rock is going slightly ahead, and then Aisling, are you following Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so from Eugene's perspective, as the three of you sort of go down, you watch as the halfling disappears into the shadow, kind of doing his normal sort of tricks. Quite not the stealthiest I've ever seen, but he knows what he's doing. He definitely knows what he's doing. Then Rock follows and kind of trying to be cautious. Then Aisling tries to copy what she's just seen the halfling do, forgetting that she is nearly twice his height, and slips, breaking off a piece of wall, tumbling into rock, causing him to tumble down.
God.
There's a little bit of smoke and dust falling around the two of them as they lay in a clatter on the floor about 4 steps down. They don't take any damage apart from pride.
Psych damage.
Psych damage, yes. But by comparison, Eugene, you are a ghost.
Well, it's not hard.
The bar is not high.
Yeah, it's a very low bar there.
And it's up to Garrick what Garrick wants to do with that. Anyone down there's going to have heard these two klutzes bounce down the stairs at this point.
I feel like I land and I look at Rock and I'm like, shh.
I'm just going to give her that.
Garrick is just going to be looking at both of them going,
there was a ghost.
Eugene, compared to your window incident yesterday, this is so much better.
Yeah.
right, okay, well, I guess any kind of surprise and ambush that was on our side is now not. He'll draw his short sword.
As he says that, Rock's just going to go, shh.
You're going to blow our cover.
Lower your voice.
Right.
They'll hear us.
Garrick's going to regret helping Aisling out of the circle.
Garrick's going to draw his own magic circle and trap you in it.
Oh, great. Get back in the crash.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, onward.
So you guys make your way down the stairs, probably just trying to make your way down the stairs at this point. You come down into what looks like an antechamber with some small steps that go down to a old wooden door that has been replaced in the last few months or so. It is slightly ajar. And you can hear movement inside.
Right, well, let's take a peek. Maybe just a peek.
I'm going to step back so that we're not near him, so he's got a chance of actually being silent or quiet at this.
Yep.
And can I I'll just tap him on the shoulder and just go, we'll go back that way. Good luck. And I'm going to give him bardic inspiration.
Oh, thanks.
So, how do you want to approach this, Garrick?
I want to sneakily get to the door, see if I can see anything without touching the door, like through the ajar part, and then, if not, work out a way to very quietly open the door and see.
No worries. Well, I don't think sneaking up to the door is going to take a roll for that one. It's a stone floor, and you're soft-footed enough to kind of get around to it. You take a peer down. There is some light in there, like the soft glowing light of possibly an ever-lantern or something along those lines. And there are shadows moving around, small shadows. Vaguely humanoid. It's hard to tell from the angle you are seeing, but they are moving around with purpose. And you do hear a clatter and a voice that's like Myrr's, but not. We want it opened. Where is it? We need our strength. If we cannot feed, we will lose this form. And then there's something chitters, and there is a scraping sound as something else moves around. Find it before they find us.
Garrick's not happy about any of this at all. Is there a way to see anything more clearly without making too much ruckus, or?
You can try and crack open the door, but that
I
will
will
require a
try.
stealth check.
I will try. Come on, stealth. That's a 21.
Nice.
Oh,
So you slowly peel back the door, and you're a little guy, so you have to do this like this at a point in time. Like you put your hands on the hinges and just kind of give it enough weight behind it so it doesn't creak as it opens. And you can crack it enough that you can kind of pull around the outer edge and have a look down. You can see Myrr is kind of scratching around at what looks like some old abandoned barrels of foodstuffs and things, which someone has clearly stored here for some other purposes. Is trying to pull them away to see, looking behind them for something. In front of Myrr are 4 little goblinoid creatures that are sort of like a ashy blue-grey, and they look like they are dripping ash that just disappears constantly, and they're in 2 pairs of 2, and they're chittering to each other in a language you don't speak, and they're basically they look like they're trying to help Myrr, but they don't quite know how to help Myrr, so they're pretty much just copying what Myrr is doing. So when Myrr kind of picks up and throws a barrel off to one side, they chitter at each other, which looks like almost like cackling, and then they pick up a barrel and smash it.
Right. Is there... And there's no sign of Cotton?
No sign of Cotton.
Okay, I'll I'll think that I'm probably on a mission with another of my river rats friends, and in thieves' cant, symbol, one big boss, 4 mini bosses, like all in the air behind me. Turn around and remember who I'm talking to, and be like, oh, right. Wander back and just explain the situation. Did I notice any other exits from the room?
One way in, one way out.
Okay. So I don't know if any of you know how to, throw a fireball, maybe? No?
I'm just going to look at Eugene.
Yeah.
Oh, I can shatter.
No, I was looking for something that would go in there and take out most things, but it's fine. I guess we'll do this the slightly harder way. Just remember that Spiky Myrr is scary and not themselves, but they're still my Myrr, so try not to kill them, please.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We don't want to kill them. We want to fuck us. They said that they could change. We could change them back.
Exactly.
Maybe.
That's
Maybe.
And also there's some weird ash goblins.
What?
Sorry, what?
Yeah, they're small, dripping ash. A lot of ash everywhere. It's very messy. I'm not a fan.
Would Eugene know what these things are?
Make an Arcana check. It's quite a high DC because this is something you don't see very often.
No, that's an 8.
Nope.
Never heard of ash goblins.
So, I guess what we could do is stand at the door and prevent anyone from leaving, one way in, one way out. But I'm not sure. That's as far of a plan as I've got.
I could make a net or in the entrance behind us, so nobody could leave. But that would also stop us if we needed to run away.
Yeah, we should probably have a way out just in case.
Yeah. Is there any other way out?
oh.
You could do the net, and then if we all die, Eugene can crack the crystal and get out here and tell our story. Yeah?
Yeah. I beg your pardon.
I mean, I'd rather have a plan where we don't die.
Yeah, I'm with
I know I'm
Aisling
being
on that
fussy,
one.
but
I mean, it'd be lovely to have our story live on, but I'd rather live on to tell my story.
yeah.
Okay, well, that was just a worst case scenario, but
Okay.
sure.
Let's go with something a little more positive to start with, perhaps.
Okay, we storm in, I go down and stab some things, you do what you do, what you do, and you do what you do.
What?
Do you think Myrr is still reachable? Maybe if you try talking to them.
Could, but I think at this point it's more of a case of knocking them out and dragging them back and then removing this thing magically.
I could try and cast a spell that would sort of disable them for a little while,
Oh,
That'd be
yeah,
helpful.
That's a good idea.
and at least
Yeah.
make them sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Make them unable to do much for a little while, without hurting them, if possible. So
Yeah.
I could try that.
And
Okay,
us
you do
three are
that,
on
and then we'll
Ash
take
Goblin
out
duty.
the Ash Goblins.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's one Ash Goblin each. That's easy, right?
I mean, there's
How
four
many
of
were
them.
there? There's 4 of them.
Yeah,
There's 3
I
of
thought
us,
you were
4
clever,
of them.
Eugene.
Hey, he's smart, but he's not wise.
This is no time for those kind of discussions.
Okay, right.
Right. So who's going in first? You?
Sneaky,
Okay.
sneaky guy.
Sneaky one.
Right, I think for the benefits of what we're about to do, I'm going to swap us over to a battle map and ask you to
boy.
roll initiative.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
Roll.
Oh,
It
please.
begins.
What's an ash goblin?
What's Ash Goblin?
I think we're about to find out.
I cannot select my token at the moment, Chris.
Hang on 1 second. I will have a look.
Oh, I'm lying. It would help if I clicked on the correct token.
Were you clicking on someone else's token again?
No.
Oh, yeah, I need to put the
Shut up. Oh, God.
Awesome. So, let's start with our speedy little halfling. What did you get, Garrick?
An 11, so not so speedy.
I mean, try harder, please.
Yeah.
I just
roll the
beat you
dice
up.
better.
That's fine. Wayne, what did Rob get?
A 7.
7. Ashling?
6. We're doing well.
God.
So yes, you are Speedy McSpeedy.
Yeah.
Eugene.
Eugene got a 19.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh!
Nice.
Good job.
And the Ash Goblins will be going on 12. And our Strange Myrr will be going on. Also a 12, but before the goblins.
God. Okay, but we're not in the room yet, are we?
You're not in the room yet, so technically you have a surprise round.
Hey! Nice.
Eugene, you are up.
Okay, so we're not in yet, and the door's not open.
It's sort of cracked open.
Okay.
You can see. I would say you can probably. Where are you standing at the moment? Oh, if you were where Garrick is, you can probably
here.
see this square here and this square here, and down from there.
Okay. Can I try and sneak in?
If you want to actively stealth in,
Yeah.
that would be your action to stealth, though. Is that all right?
Yes.
Okie dokie. Yep. So roll me a stealth.
Oh, 19.
A 19. Awesome. I think that's above everyone's passive.
It's certainly above mine.
Oh,
Yep.
it's well above one of theirs. Yep, that's above their passive, so you are not noticed yet.
Okay, I'm gonna hide somewhere here behind these barrels.
Fantastic. Do you want to do anything with your bonus action?
I don't think I have anything useful right now.
No problem.
No.
Myrr is up next. They have not noticed you at all yet. They throw a barrel in disgust across the room and stomp over to the other side. Just checking everyone can see.
Yeah.
I'm going to move them up a little bit so they're about here so everyone can see everything that's going on. Awesome. The goblins, and you can see them properly now. They are about a foot tall each, walking around in pairs, and they are literally leaving this trail of like soot, sooty ash, just kind of dissolves into the ether and disappears, constantly falling off of them, and they're just kind of wandering around cackling into each other. And
So are those tokens 2 goblins each?
yeah.
Okay.
And mechanically, do they count as one creature or 2?
Mechanically, they'll count as one creature. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they haven't noticed you. So one of them just grabs a small pot, the other one cackles, and he lifts it up and smashes it on the floor. And on the other side of the room, one of them just tries to start pulling bricks out of the wall, and there's an argument between the two of them, and then they just kind of decide it's not interesting anymore and go back to.
What are these toddler goblins that we've just found?
Chaos goblins.
Same thing. Toddlers are chaos.
That will make it Garrick's go.
Yeah, so Garrick is going to use take a deep breath and then use his cunning action to dash all the way up to the face of that goblin there.
Oh.
They see you coming, go, "Ah!"
And then
and one of them falls over the other one.
excellent.
Yeah, what would you like to do?
With my short sword, I'd like to do a swipe of them. Which I need to remember what my. Yep, cool. 13.
13 will hit. Yes.
Oh, excellent. And because they count as one creature, I still get my swashbuckler sneak attack thing, yes?
Yeah, mechanically, you still get your swashbuckler
Yes.
stuff.
Okay, so that is 11 plus 3, so 14 points of damage as I swipe through these ashy bitches.
Ooh, ow. So you kind of stab into one of them, and they look like they're about to burst when the ones across the room start chittering in panic and throw forward. You watch this ash kind of roll across the floor and just kind of coalesce around them, stopping them from dying outright with your first strike.
Not happy about
Oh boy. Does not like.
It was a
No.
really good hit. Cool. That will make it. If you got, you've used your movement over there. That's fine. That will make it Rock's go.
Okay, so I am going to move.
You can hide behind these remaining barrels, by the way, if anyone wants to use that mechanically.
So I would like to move. So I would like to move to there. God, please tell me I'm in range. I am in range. Phew.
Hey.
Okay, so I'm just in range of Mia, and I am going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter
Who are you casting it on?
on Mia.
On Mia themselves.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So they have to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Wisdom save. 15?
Bollocks. Beats.
Beats. Does anything happen if they beat it?
I do not think so. Let me just check. No. No, if they succeed, they succeed. That's it.
Not even a polite giggle.
No.
I would still like to hear the joke or pun or something that comes out of it.
Oh no, I'll save that for when I actually do this.
Ah, come on.
Totally not. Most of my jokes are just shade anyway.
Perform, Bard, perform.
I have a shade button ready to go if we need it.
Amazing. Damn.
I think we'll save that for when it hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and as a bonus action, I will bardically inspire Ash. Ashling or Eugene. I'll bardically inspire Eugene.
Ash Eugene.
Oh! Get me all
Wait, Eugene
excited.
turned to Ash?
Yes. Ash Goblins, Ash Eugene. No,
Ash Goblins is just someone pronouncing my name wrong.
So yes, I will get round to Ashling, but for now I've done Eugene and I've done Garrick. So I'm just going to stand right there in the middle of the floor looking slightly awkward now that my spell doesn't work.
Great.
That is...
I will very dramatically cast a spell, and then when it doesn't work, just go... Hi!
What do you say to Eugene to inspire Eugene?
Well, come on. Get a move on.
So moving.
Oh, dear. The most inspirational bard ever. Ashling, it is your go.
Okay. So, if I were to stand here, would I be able to reach this guy with an Eldritch Blast?
What's the range on the Eldritch Blast? I think it's like 100 feet or something
Yeah.
crazy like that.
Yeah, I mean like directional wise.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you move into the room, then there's not like a
Yeah.
wall or something in the room in the way, you're probably fine. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I think that's
move.
fairly straightforward.
I think I'm gonna come to here, and then I'm gonna agonizing Eldritch Blast this guy.
Yeah, awesome.
Eldritch Blast!
Make your attack.
Blast! 18 to hit.
18 will hit, yes.
Awesome. 12 damage on that one.
12 damage.
Nice.
So same sort of thing. This blast kind of leaped forward. Is this the same? Does it still look the same? The lines leaping from, turning from green to
Like the black and white ones, yeah.
to ashy black and white, and they kind of just strike into it. And there's this explosion, and this goblin in front of Garrick kind of points his finger at them and cackles something, and the same thing happens. The ash is just brought back together.
Okay, well, when that
what is
stupid
going on?
shit happens, I'm gonna duck behind this barrel. And I'm done.
I'm just going to turn around and look at Ashling and just go, oh, nice, just leave me standing here.
Wait, didn't... You're the one who ran out there. Right, bye.
Everyone's behind a bloody barrel.
Top of the round, it is Eugene's go. You are hidden, so if you make an attack at this point, you will get an advantage on an attack roll.
Okay. Yes, I'll stay hidden and cast a firebolt at Myrr.
Yeah, you can just about see Myrr over those barrels. I think you can take a shot at them.
Okay. 15.
15 just hits.
For 6 damage.
For 6 damage, awesome. Mia takes 6 damage. That will make it Mia's go, and they know where you all are now. So let's see now. What wonderful things shall we do with Mia? Mia will reach out in front of them to here, and the earth beneath Rock's feet ripple, and there's like a pool of darkness appears, and suddenly all these tendrils reach out as they will cast Arms of Hadar.
Uh-oh.
So, I would like you to make... Rock, can you make me a strength saving throw?
Oh, goody. My best. Strength saving throw. Oh, goody. Oh, good lord. That would be a 3.
A 3? You take 3 necrotic damage because I rolled damage like poop. And you can't take reactions until your next turn.
Okay.
So we will just, I think we'll just quickly grab an item because it stays there. Bear with me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. So.
Oh dear.
Okay. I can't find anything quickly. So we'll just
Use the power of our imagination.
Yes, here's the power of our imagination. That stays there. Awesome. And then they will.
So if anyone goes in that space, do they have the same thing?
They do, yes. It does not move, but it does block you a little bit there. They
Dang it.
will then move forward. And as a bonus action, they will try and attack their friend.
Uh-oh.
By friend, do you mean me as opposed to the little ash goblins, right?
You, yes.
It was worth a try.
Yeah.
With only a 5, so you are fine.
Whew.
So they kind of extend themselves with this sort of big spell that they cast, and then they kind of like try and hit you, and it just doesn't quite take. Awesome. That will make it the Ash Goblin's turn. This is where the fun starts.
Oh, good.
Right, so...
Always nice when the DM says that.
I know.
One of them will jump up and try and punch Garrick with a fist. With a 9 to hit.
9 does not hit.
Awesome.
Sorry about it.
And then his little fellow will jump back on his shoulders and do the same. 19 to hit.
Yeah, that one will.
Doing 2 necrotic damage.
Ow.
As you kind of watch these things, fist collides and this kind of ash kind of peeks around Garrick's body, and as it kind of melts away, it sloughs off just the top layer of your skin.
Oh. Gross.
Exfoliated.
The other goblins will charge around the corner. They'll cackle at each other, and then they'll put their hands together, do a little capery dance in the circle, and this kind of like ashy rain starts to fall on Eugene. Let's see. Only doing a 7 to hit, I'm afraid.
Does not hit me.
You duck out of the way as this kind of see it bounce off of the floor and just turn to ash and then vanish again. That was their go. They were super effective. Garrick,
yeah.
your go.
As a free action, Garrick is kind of look over his shoulders to Rock and be like, if you want to do that spell that'll take him out, that'd be great. No? Okay.
What do you think I'm trying to do?
Then, with reluctance to strike Myrr, he's going to attack the Ash Goblins twice. So first strike is a 7 to hit.
Does not hit, I'm afraid.
7 strike was a 9 to hit, so I'm very distracted.
So you're probably trying too hard. I feel like you're trying too hard not to hit Myrr, and these things are just kind of like... At one point, one of them is actually hanging off your rapier, cackling at you. It's like... They think it's funny.
because I'm going to use my bonus. No, that's it. I'm done.
Use your bonus action for your second attack. So yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That will make it Rock's go.
Okay, as my bonus action, I will bardically inspire Ashling.
Aw, thanks.
So
Everyone
you
is
get
bardically inspired.
you get an inspiration, and you get an inspiration. And then I am going to. Okay, I am going to cast Vicious Mockery on. God, the goblins just seem to bounce back. Okay, I'm just going to cast Vicious Mockery on Myrr.
On Myrr? Yep.
Yeah.
What does he need to roll to save?
So for this one, Wisdom saving throw again.
It's a 5.
It's a fail. Fantastic. So my Vicious Mockery will be. I'm going to look at Mia and say, we need a little bit less of this.
Oh!
And and that will be 2 points of damage.
Yep, it's 2 points of psychic damage, isn't it?
Correct. But Mia also has disadvantage on the next attack roll they make.
Amazing. Thank you for that.
Nice.
Cool, excellent. That. Do you want to do anything? Oh, you do use your bonus action. Do you want to move at all?
Yeah. I'm going to move over here and sort of try and probably not very successfully duck behind a barrel. As everyone seems to be hiding. Actually, that's not. I'm going to go this side just so that I have a view of what's happening with Garrick.
No problem. So that will make it Ashling's go. The arms have had
Okay.
by now.
All right, I'm gonna come back out again and stand just behind Rock and try and blast this guy again because I'm really annoyed that they healed up.
Go for it.
12.
12 will hit.
Oh, good. Okay, nice. I'm gonna agonizing it as well, so it'll have an extra 2. 14 damage.
They explode in a point of ash.
Yes.
And something very interesting happens. Their ash form dissipates into what's the remnants of your Eldritch Blast, coalesce back down the stream, and just kind of seem to vanish into your hand.
Nope. Don't want it.
You don't feel any different.
Aisling definitely goes like, ah!
What are you doing?
It went back. All their dusty crap came back up my. Ooh.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't feel anything, but ew.
Anything else with your go?
No, I'm okay.
Excellent. Top of the round, Eugene, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna take a step out from behind the barrel.
Yeah.
And Eugene will cast Magic Missile at 2nd level.
Nice.
So 2 darts each. So 2 darts for Mia and then 2 for the goblin.
Roll your darts, please.
Yes, they just hit, don't they? So I just have to roll
That's the
damage.
nice thing about Magic Missile.
$15.
15. In total or against who?
Yeah, in total.
How are you splitting that? 'Cause
Oh,
that's
right,
easy.
yeah, half each.
I
Sorry.
mean, you can just throw 15 at one of them, that's fine, but it's up to you. You cast it where you want it to be.
My plan was to cast both of them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let me do that again because the maths is too much.
I mean, if you want for ease, we can say 7 on one and 8 on the other.
Okay.
Is that easier?
Mhm.
Okay, I think that's fair. Where would you like your 8 to go? Was it against Myrr?
Yes.
Awesome. So Myrr, these darts kind of fire into Myrr, and it's kind of interesting. You kind of see this echo, and I think you all see this at this point when this pure mystical energy slams into them. There's kind of like this second shadowy form that kind of leaps out and comes back into them.
Ooh.
For a second. The goblin explodes, and the flesh just kind of drifts and vanishes.
Good.
Okay. Weird.
There are no more goblins.
Yeah.
The end. We win.
If only
We won D&D. That's how you
Yay,
win.
we did
Yeah.
a dungeon.
We won the dungeons.
Now we just need to do a dragon, and we're good.
No.
Don't tempt him.
Anything else with your turn, Eugene?
No, I did some movement, didn't I? Yeah, no, I'm gonna stay there. I'm good.
Awesome, no problem. Myrr's go. I think they will reach out with their hand, mutter an incantation in a language that you do not recognize. Any of you do. And I need... let's see now. I need Rock and Garrick to both make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, boo.
Doesn't Mia have disadvantage on this one because of Vicious Mockery?
It's not an attack.
Oh, shit, okay.
18.
18? You kind of feel your joint seize up as almost like something is trying to grip hold of you, and then it passes.
Ugh.
What did you get, Garrick?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no. It is a very familiar feeling to you. It feels like a giant fist is tightened around you and it's holding you in place. So at the end of each of your turns, you can make a wisdom saving throw to try and resist it.
Excellent.
Oh, you did have bardic inspiration, you know.
Yeah, but using a d6 on that wasn't going to help, I don't think. So I thought I'd save it.
One, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Okie dokie. That will make it. Garrick, it is your go. You can't do anything other. You can still talk to your friends on this turn, but other than that, you can't do anything or go anywhere.
He's going to frustratingly wail a bit. That's about it. And then attempt to roll out of it. As in, roll, not physically roll.
Yeah, and then try and force your way out of it. Another wisdom
Yeah.
saving throw, please.
That is a 10. So I'm going to use my d6 to see if that helps.
Yep, no worries.
That's a 13. I don't think it will.
Beats is beats.
Oh, yay!
Force yourself from the grass and kind of stagger out as you kind of come out of this spell.
Excellent. Then I do roll out of it. Mwahaha.
Amazing. That will make it Rock's go.
Okay. I am going to move around to just this side of Garrick. And I am going to simply close my eyes and I will open my hand and around Mia I am going to use my performance of creation to create a cage.
How big is the object you can create with
The size of the item is medium, which is 5 foot by 5 foot according to
Is
D&D.
big enough to capture? Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be cozy, but it might work.
Well, she's a halfling, so
Oh, that's true. It's roomy.
Okay, I think They get to make a dexterity saving throw against your spell DC for this. Does that feel fair?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're saying they're doing it well. They got a 16.
My spell DC, yeah, I mean, definitely be.
So the cage would hit, but they're just a little quicker than you anticipate, and they roll out of the way. They do have to move out of the way, however, to do so. So Garrick, you can have an opportunity attack if you wish.
Yes, I will. This one. That's a 17.
17 will hit.
That's 9 points of damage.
Cool. Are you trying to be non-lethal still?
Yes, it's going to be using the hilt.
Yeah.
Just bop them.
You smack Myrr at the side of the head, and they kind of grab their temple as they kind of dike out of the way, and clang, this cage appears in front of the two of you. Wasn't prepared for cage. So you're just going to have to take my word for it.
You didn't prepare for Cage?
I was not prepared for cage.
Always prepare for Cage.
I was not expecting a cage right at this moment. That will make it... Sorry, is there anything else you want to do with your turn, Rock?
No, there is nothing really I can do.
Okay, you can make an offhand attack with your pistol if you wish to.
Yeah, I will do that
Yeah.
if I can. So what is that? What do I add for that?
Just a normal attack. You don't add your dex modifier to any damage that you do.
Got it. Yeah, it's a 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
And it's one with my pistol.
Yeah,
So it's a 1d10.
that's right.
D10. Ooh, that would be a 10.
10 hits. Nice.
10 points of damage.
Cool. Are you? I'm assuming that you're probably aiming for somewhere non-vital.
Well, I would definitely aim for a leg, basically.
Get them kneecaps.
Just to try and stop them. Not trying to permanently maim the poor creature, but
There is a click and a bang by your ear.
Sorry.
As a bullet whizzes past through the cage. Gets the fleshy part of Myr's leg, staggering them momentarily. They are looking a little rough around the edges. Ashley, it is your go.
Okay, so they're looking pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
I might see if I can get them to. I'll just yell like, just like give up, all right? Just just stop for a second. We don't want to actually kill you.
There is no response. There's just a hiss,
Okay.
an animalistic hiss from this creature.
Well, I'm gonna have to do animalistic eldritch blast at them then.
Make an attack roll, please.
That's a nat 20.
oh Jesus!
Oof.
Okay, well, roll your damage.
I mean, I have spare the dying if shit hits the fan.
Oh, good.
Okay. So
So you get. So the first dice is maximum of 10. So you roll your dice as normal for your second lot of damage.
okay.
And we're doing crit.
First dice is normal.
Yeah.
Where are all the fucking... Okay, so got a 4 for the first one.
So that's 14. Then your charisma modifier on top of that.
That's a 4.
So that's 18 points of damage.
Oof.
Charlie, describe how Aisling defeats Myrr.
I feel like she tried to like do something that would involve a sweep, but it ended up being an awful lot more powerful than she planned, and sort of went for the lower leg region, and swept them right off their feet, and they landed way heavier than she thought they would. She was like, "Oh shit!"
There is a nasty crack as Myrr tumbles forward into the barrel and lands awkwardly. You are out of combat.
Garrick is going to probably acrobat his way over the barrels to Myrr, seeing how vicious, how powerful this attack was. That can't imply intent, so I don't know if it's vicious or not.
Sorry.
And just, even though Myrr is still spiking Myrr, sort of like cradle their head, make sure they're not like absolutely dead, and go from there.
I'm gonna sprint over with like Spare the Dying ready in my hands.
Amazing. So I think you will need to use Spare the Dying because you didn't quite mean to hit them that hard.
No. And I sort of look at Garrick first, and I'm like, I can like stabilize them. Can I? Look, it's ready.
Please do, please. I'm not sure. That's quite powerful.
Okay, I got it. It's just it's fine. I got it, and I'll use that.
Amazing. The breathing becomes much more stable and starts again properly. There's you feel the life kind of catching in them. And you watch as this strange creature that used to be a halfling is now half something else. Its hands unnaturally, fingers unnaturally long and clawed. Its limbs almost like twice the length of a normal halfling, and you can see the knobs of a second joint starting to develop in them.
Rock is going to just have a look at Garrick and just say, should we at least tie Myrr up so that if they wake up, they're not going to do any more damage?
You work for the watch, right? I assume they gave you like shackles or manacles or something, didn't they? No?
No, but I have rope. I do have rope.
Eugene uses minor conjuration to make some handcuffs.
Hey!
Nice!
Go Eugene!
We do have a cage if we need to keep Myrr in a cage while we prepare to hopefully help them.
How long is this cage going to last?
I believe it's 2 hours.
Right, well, okay. Maybe we...
Yes, 2 hours.
Handcuff Myrr, we put them in the cage. I and maybe one of you stay here. The other two run and get Farkas and see if we can get this done.
Okay.
Amazing. So, I'm going to expedite the middle bit so we can move forward just because I'm aware of time, but I do want to resolve this today. It takes probably about half an hour to get Farkas and the rest of your crew come down as well as a familiar-looking couple of coppers, a goblin and a halfling who are just as emphatically involved. Farkas actually has handcuffs on, like manacles on when they come in, and they kind of nod to Eugene and wander down. You managed to catch them. That's really good. I want to help. I want to start making reparations for my part in all this. Will you let me?
Well, that's why we kept you around. So, what do you need us to do?
Eugene, but Rock and Aisling, wasn't it? He points to a north part of the wall. There's a couple of barrels there. Behind there, there's a loose panel. The original magic circle should be behind there. I think with the right corrections, it can be used to reverse what's happened.
Oh.
Eugene can check my work on this one.
Eugene, keep a close eye on him.
Oh.
Then, I beg your pardon. I'm going to go and just immediately start moving the barrels and stuff.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I'm
exactly
helping.
where Farkas. And you kind of get the impression this is probably what Myrr was actually looking for, trying to find a way back into the magic circle. Behind is another antechamber, which it has a couple of ever lanterns and some glowstones kind of dipped around it. It's much more roughly hewn. In the centre of a larger chamber there is a very familiar looking circle, very similar design to the ones that you've seen so far.
Ashling's a bit like,
Farkas kind of checks it over and kind of goes, I'm an idiot. Of course it would be where Cotton was standing. He probably stood over it so we couldn't see.
what?
Kind of make some markings. Eugene, make an Arcana check for me.
17.
17. You can see that someone has deliberately grafted in a second spell underneath. Someone has blended two types of spell together. You're not familiar enough with the magic at foot here, but you know enough about arcane magic to see that someone has put some sort of different sort of summoning element into this. Whereas one of them was drawing magic from the energy and the air around them, the other one seems to be drawing something from a region outside of the normal circles of the material plane. Farkas immediately starts telling you how he intended it to be, and between the two of you, you come up with something interesting. I'd like you to make another Arcana check for me, but with advantage because of Farkas's descriptions and help.
21.
21. You are fairly certain that you can correct what was done wrong, and what you can do is do almost like a banishing circle to force out what is in poor Myrr at this point.
Okay.
So you and Farkas get around starting the corrections and things like that. While they're doing that, what are Garrick, Rock, and Ashland doing?
Garrick hasn't left Mia's side at all. So even when they put them in the cage, Garrick went in the cage with them and is just like cradling, holding, protecting.
Rock will be basically standing near his friends, like on call to do anything that they need, but also just keeping an eye on what's going on so that if anything untoward happens, he can protect them.
I think Ashling's trying to work out how we can get the cage into the circle.
Aisling, whilst they are kind of mulling over and you're kind of watching them do the circle, you hear, may we have a quick word inside your head? Think, don't say.
Yeah.
I think I know where some of that power came from.
In her head, she's like, okay.
I think you may have figured it out too.
Yeah.
It's come from my realm. That is my power, and it was taken without my consent.
Is that why you tried to get it back in?
That is why they were able to affect you.
Huh.
Because you are coursing with my power. Help your friends. When the moment is right, we will cure the halfling by taking back what is not theirs.
Oh, so we can help.
Oh, we're going to help, yes. I mean, that poor creature did not deserve any of this.
Alright, cool.
So, I think Rock, you're kind of savvy enough to kind of see that Aisling is kind of...
She's like gesturing, but not saying anything.
Are you all right there, dear?
Oh, what? Yeah. No, it's all good. It was a bee.
A bee?
A dungeon bee.
Okay, yeah, it's fine.
Don't I've seen loads of them.
In this dungeon?
In all dungeons that I've been to. So don't even worry about it. Anyway, look, this is pretty intense, right? Shit. Let's watch that and not talk about that. The bees.
the dungeon bees.
Yep.
Right.
I think that's coming through. Oh well, that
Seamless.
was just seamless, dear.
Okay, fine.
So I think it's about this time that Eugene and Farkas finish their work, and Farkas steps back and goes, "If you're happy, I think it's probably best we try."
Can I give it a check over?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a really low DC, but we'll get you to roll an Arcana because you built this, you built this, you know what you're looking for.
20.
True to Farkas's word, everything the two of you discussed and decided is in place. This should work.
Okay.
It won't be easy. But things like this never are.
Let's do it.
We'll need 6 of you in total.
6 of me?
Not you. 6 people will need. Yeah,
Oh, goodness.
6 Eugene right now. No, you need. You and Farkas can guide the spell, but you will need other people to help hold the circle. So
how many have we got around us apart from the other 3 of us?
Well, there's the police people, right? And there's the river rats as well. They could help us. So we just need 6.
Aisling will volunteer to be 1.
Yeah, I will just grab whoever's nearest to me.
You!
And pull them with, and just going to say, we're going to need your help. Come here.
I think
Garrick will be reluctant to leave Mir's side, but knowing he probably can't be in the circle when it's happening, will volunteer to be one of the 6.
so.
I will place a hand on Garrick's shoulder and just say, we'll sort this out.
Amazing.
We need you here.
So there's you 4, and I think you grab before anything else. Nim volunteers to be there.
And I'll grab Lavender if she's in there.
And Lavender, she's going to listen. Just because it is Mia.
Is Eugene standing next to me in this order of the circle?
Eugene very specifically puts you all in certain places, but you and Farkas need to be facing each other, Eugene, because you're holding the circle, but the other 4 can go pretty much anywhere you need them to.
Okay.
You Rock, Nim, and
Lavender.
Aisling all have magical abilities that you've seen. So I don't know if that helps you decide who goes where.
I think Eugene would want Rock and Aisling close to him.
Yep.
And then the others on the... So I imagine it's like me and Farkas are facing each other, and then Aisling and Rock here, and then the rest of them on the other side.
Awesome. So, Garrick, you can go to the left or right of Farkas and Lavender. Actually, just Nim, because Lavender isn't needed, because my maths is hard.
Maths is gross.
Oh, yeah, because it's including the 2 of us already.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I am a person.
Person, make sure you count yourself.
Eugene, how many times have I told you? You count.
Awesome. So,
Aisling's gonna real quick, just before shit kicks off, sort of lean towards Eugene and be like, we have a super secret chat after this about an update about the super secret thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. As you were. Carry on.
I think there's enough going on that one goes by completely unnoticed. Even by Rock, who's probably...
Even with Ashling's subtlety? Are you sure?
I think Rock is probably, being one of the bigger people there, is probably helping get Mir into place. So you lay Mir down with their hands like just resting on their chest. And to all intents and purposes, they just look like they're sleeping. Farkas kind of checks them over. I had a healing potion. Probably best that we do that whilst they are bound. But they need to be healthy to deal with this, just in case it's a task on their body. Is that okay?
Oh, God.
Yes.
Make it quick.
He pours a potion down Mir's throat, and Mir recovers a little bit. You see the colour, what's left of their colour, comes back into their cheeks. I would like each of you to focus on the spell, please, and concentrate on bringing Mir back. I know not all of us have personal connections to Mir, but maybe your connection to Garrick can help. And I'm going to do is go round the circle in reverse order, as it were, with the new friends first. And then I'm going to come to Garrick and I'm going to ask what each of you think about to try and focus on Mir as Eugene and Farkas complete the spell. We'll start with Aisling.
What do I think about to focus on them?
Focus on bringing them back.
I think I'm gonna like picture it coming out of them, like literally, like strands of stuff getting pulled out of them, because it's not them; it's something completely different.
Amazing. I would like you to roll a d20 and tell me the result.
Okay. Ah! Natural 20.
Ooh, nice. Rock, what do you focus on?
I will, under my breath, I will just murmur, and I will actually visualize and create using my silent image. I will create the images of the other riverets. I will create the image of of Mir's family standing around and calling them back.
Oh.
And I will create each one of those ending with Illicin reaching out her hands for Mir to come back.
Nice. I would like you to roll d20 and tell me your result, please.
16.
Very nice. Eugene, you are focused on the spell primarily, but you can also add into this.
I think Eugene would focus on the relationship that Garrick and Mir have, and he would think about his own relationship with his sister, because they seem like siblings. Like Illicin said that they were found together. And I think he would focus on the feelings that he has for his sister and imagine that emanating that feeling.
That's lovely. I will have a d20 roll off of you as well, please.
16.
Two disagrees.
Oh.
Garrick.
So Garrick, kind of heartened by the silent images of his chosen family appear, kind of, I mean, that's the only family he truly knows and truly understands, but he has always had this suspicion that him and Mir are more than just chosen. They are entwined with each other. So he is going to pull out his dagger and make a gash across his own palm and try and use his blood to call to blood and release Myrr from that thing.
Interesting. I like that. Roll me 2d20s and give me a higher result.
Okay. Also a 16.
16's all round.
The other one was a natural
apart
1,
from the
so we'll
natural
ignore
20.
that one. Yeah.
The spell completes. Farkas and Eugene finish the last parts of their incantation. There is a very different glow to this circle than the one. Whereas before it was that sort of eerie green, that sickly red, those horrible, deep, inhuman colours. This one flashes with a bluish white light on the outside and a yellow inside, rising up through the halfling's body, raising out, and there's this shadowy tendrils pulled out like they're on hooks coming out, and there is a shriek from Myr's body, which I think, Garrick, you might respond to instinctually, but Farkas just gently puts a hand on your shoulder and a very serious look that says, this needs to happen.
Garrick isn't impressed and will shrug off the hand after he stops in a, like, I'm going to stab you later kind of way.
I think if Rock saw that, he would just bend down and to Garrick would just say, stay strong and hold your place for now.
You guys can feel the pulse of this energy running through you, up from the soles of your feet through to the tendrils of your scales and hair. The whole room is electrified, and you feel these tendrils pulled and coalescing, and this form kind of floating above is then torn into two parts. Aisling, in the back of your head, now take it.
What? What do I do?
Reach out. It's ours.
Okay, and I feel like she tries to do it really subtly, but then, like, out of her control, just kind of does it really dramatically.
So you guys see these two parts pulling each other away. One of them is this sort of ashy white colour. The other one is this deep crimsony black. The ashy white one kind of spins around the circle and kind of fighting around the outer edge, and it just seems to find a form in front of Aisling. And for a moment, you see like an almost slightly vaguely humanoid shape before it disappears from the circle entirely. And Aisling and breathes again. The other one bounces back and forth. Eugene, now I would like you to make a spell attack roll for me.
18.
18 will hit. You watch as these sort of mystical chains seem to drag this thing and pull it down again through the floor, vanishing with a inhuman shriek. The room goes silent. You all find yourselves catching your breath again. But the first sound that reaches your ears is the sound of 3 swords being sheathed. And you kind of, one of you will glance over as the river rats on the side have kind of put their blades away, as have the guards.
Garrick is going to run straight to Myrr.
Yeah, I will kneel down with Garrick to check on Myrr.
I think the rest of you might look to Farkas, who just nods, it's okay. And looks tired and just sits down. And then kind of looks to the guards and goes, I'm ready to go. I'll explain everything that I've done. I think we're going to shift a few minutes in the future. The room has been cleared. More guards have arrived. Farkas is sitting on the back of a cart waiting to be taken back to the station. Corporal Tire has shown up and is currently talking to Elisir and the river rats. And she wonders, as you guys come out facing sunlight again, what do you do?
As we were, after all of the realization that what's just happened and what potentially could happen and seeing the guards and stuff, I think Garrick is going to try and pickpocket Eugene, and take the flash crystal.
Rude.
Make a sleight of hand check versus the passive perception that I was told earlier.
It's not great.
It's not great.
Told you he's smart, but he's not wise.
15.
I think that's high enough. You pocket the flash crystal.
Damn it.
And then is going to stick with Myrr and just be wary of the guards, because he's now realised that Myrr has murdered people, but obviously it's not their fault, but still the law is stupid.
There is some hope in Corporal Tire being involved. They are a firm but fair hand in the law, and they will not allow injustice to be served. I think the conversation you all have when you explain the full details indicates to Tire what they need to do. Myrr will need to be questioned and checked over, but if they do not remember any of this and they are free of the force that drove them, there is no reason they cannot return to their normal life. The real criminals, Farkas and Cotton, will be apprehended. Farkas will serve a terrorless sentence and will hopefully be instrumental in trying to track down those who caused this whole thing in the first place.
I think Rock will be very, very clear with Corporal Tari to make sure that they are aware, first of all, of the fact that even before he was helping us, we heard Farkas saying that this was not what he signed up for and he didn't want this to happen. Just as some kind of objective thing that we heard that. It's not just what he's saying to us because we're here. We actually overheard that. And the second thing is I would very carefully, which I'm sure she'll pick up anyway, but make sure that all of my language talks about Myrr as two different beings. So the spiky Myrr committed all those crimes, and our Myrr, who we have back now, this friend of Garrick's, and talk about them as two completely separate people. So there is a very clear implication that the Myrr we know had no involvement in this.
I'd like you to make a quick persuasion check for me.
Mm-hmm.
Not great. Persuasion. 14.
Tire,
Sorry, 13.
It's still enough. I mean, Tire understands the situation. Tire is quite a logical person, and when you explain what's happened and they have all the pieces together, as I explained before, and we will need to keep a close eye on Myrr for a while. But
Of course.
Myrr is not a criminal. Myrr is a victim. And we will do everything in our power to make sure that is carried through.
Well, and of course, if there's anything we can do to help make that process easier, please do call on us.
Absolutely. You should come past tomorrow after you've rested.
Of course, we would be happy to.
So, the rest of the day is spent going through some paperwork, catching up with things, and you get to about mid-afternoon and three of you are released to go back to the duty. Corporal Tire asks that you pop back tomorrow morning for your reward, your final payment, and to finish the contract with the guild itself. So the three of you are free to go back to the Ogre's Rest and return to your rooms and enjoy your evening. We'll come back to you in a second. Before we do, I would like to say a quick farewell to our wonderful Garrick. Over the next few days, Myrr regains consciousness. Initially they are not very there, but slowly they return. They're very closely watched. There is always a guard somewhere nearby. Elisir always has somebody with the two of you. It's not very long afterwards that you realise that somebody has stolen the crystal from you, and you suspect it might be your mother, just in case. Myrr slowly regains their faculties, and they are themselves. They're bright and cheerful. They're very tired. They don't understand why everyone is fussing over them. It's really quite embarrassing. Would you stop? Please, Garrick, No, stop.
More tea. You just need more tea, that's all.
Of course they do.
A couple of spellcasters are brought from the inner city. They check over Farkas's work. Eugene's name is dropped quite regularly. And you find that your friend has returned. The shadow is gone. And you are together again. I think maybe, because we're not going to see Garrick again for a while, how does Garrick spend the next few months of their life?
Oof. First off, Garrick probably for the next few months doesn't stray further than maybe 10 feet away from Myrr. It's becoming quite irritating. He is just watching over them, looking after his family. He is also using whatever contacts he has and whatever friendships he's made with the other river rats through Elisir, through other organizations and stuff, just spreading the word that these three people are to be trusted, they are to be helped, they're odd, they're weird, but hey, that's who we love. And yeah, help them if you can, please. It will make sure that message in the city is completely plastered everywhere.
Amazing. Your names quickly become known, and I think the three of you kind of notice this over the next couple of months, irrespective of what's happening, that people kind of just like, I've heard about you, and just kind of like, sometimes you get discounts, sometimes people just help you out. You get a couple of free trips up and down the river and things like that. And you're staying in the city, you just become not bigwigs, but minor celebrities sort of thing. So, before we go off, I would just like to say thank you to everybody. You all level.
Yes! Nice.
You solved my murder mystery.
That was so good.
Well done. We will pick up with these three.
Three of these.
Yes. I think I'm not going to tell you what I'm up to, but a new adventure awaits them. So.
Before we go, one of the things that Rock would do would be to send a message, either just by leaving a message with one of the river rats, or if he has any contact with Julie, he would send a message, which would be a very simple message to Garrick that just says, literally just says, thank you, and then underneath says, if you ever need us again, you can find us here. And I will have the sign of the Ogre's Rest.
Amazing. And Garrick receives that relatively easy, given what's happened.
Ashling's drawn a very crude picture of herself at the bottom that Ross doesn't know about.
Excellent. Proper end of the labyrinth vibes. Should you need us?
Thank you. First of all, thank you so much, Jakey, for joining us this month. It has been a lot of
Yay,
fun.
Jakey!
Thank you,
Yes.
Jake.
We love Garrick.
I've loved it.
And hopefully we can get you back at some point as well to
Yeah.
Yeah.
to do some more weirdness. Thank you to my amazing cast. We will be back next week. Just to confuse you, for the next episode, in which you will find out what these three miscreants will get up to next.
I'm so excited we don't have to wait 2 weeks this time.
I know.
Oh!
I'm going to get one of you lot to do the recap next week because
Oh, God.
you should remember.
No!
Yeah.
Wayne's out.
Wayne's
Wayne's out.
Yes. Please keep an eye on our socials at Some Other Heroes on Twitter and on Instagram. I will also share it on my personal details, which is at Chris Mepham RPG on Twitter and at Chris Mepham Art. And I'm sure these wonderful people will also share it as well, just for the news, and we will be revealing what we're up to for Halloween as well.
Oh, the best holiday of the year.
Yeah.
I still have Halloween decorations up in this room from last year.
Yeah, me too.
That's amazing. It is, I think a lot of people say it is Queer Christmas, and as we are a predominantly queer stream, we are going to celebrate it. So we're very excited for that. We're very excited for next week and to see you all again. Before I go, I'm going to hand round to these wonderful people to tell you where you can find them, where you can follow them, and what they've got coming up at the moment. So I know a couple of them have got some big projects that they would like to share with you. And I'm going to go clockwise. I'm going to start with Jakey.
Hello. Yes. You can find me on Instagram at jakey.champion, which I believe is my handle. I don't know. Don't memorize that kind of thing. And I don't really have anything big going on because I'm boring. But these guys are great, and they have more. So on to them.
But we can, this last month has been amazing with Jakey, and he is a fantastic, when he has got some acting and stuff all coming up, we will big that up for you guys as well, so you can catch him wherever you are. I think we'll do Wayne next.
Yes, thank you, everybody. My name is Wayne Fick, and you can find me pretty much on all the socials as WayneFick01. Thank you very much. And just to reiterate what Chris said, first of all, thank you to our DM, Chris, who puts in a lot of time and effort to make this happen. And please keep an eye on the socials and follow us and like things and let people know. And do follow our Twitch channel if you can, please, because we're trying to build a community of people and doing some really good things in the future. So your support would be much appreciated. And yeah, keep an eye out for Some Other Heroes on Instagram as well.
Lovely, thank you for that. Theo.
Hello. You can find me most places on the internet at theoblue.jpg or on my website, which is theoblueillustration.com. And I have some things going on in October. So on the 5th of October, I will be reopening my Etsy shop. And I have lots of exciting new things for you all to peruse, mostly Halloween related. So if you're not into Halloween, I'm sorry.
And then Halloween,
if you're not into
well,
Halloween.
yeah, if you're not into Halloween, what's wrong with you, honestly? But each to their own, I suppose.
Who are you even?
Yeah. And later on in the month, from the 22nd to the 24th of October, I will be at MCM Comic Con in London. So if you are there, please come by and see me in person.
You can meet the magnificent Theo Blue playing you. And will you do a Eugene impression for them?
Yeah, but I mean, me and Eugene sort of blur into one, so yeah. I will.
Yeah. Thank you. And Charlie, never least, but this time last.
Yeah, you can find me at charlievince.com. My Charlie is spelt without an E because I'm edgy. And on there, I've got lots and lots of pretty illustration stuff, but I'm also going to be, in the next day or two, releasing a new D&D themed sticker sheet. So if you want a bunch of vinyl stickers with D&D stuff, I'm going to be whacking that on my website soon. I'm also, if anyone is about in Norwich or Norfolk, I'm participating in open studios because I finally have a studio that I can open. So me and my 2 other amazing studio pals have opened up our studios for the next 2 weeks, and you can come in and buy cool stuff, and I have the D&D sticker sheets there, and you don't have to pay for shipping. And I will also have this creature there as well, so you can meet a real life goblin.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that's what I'm up to at the moment. And as Wayne and Chris both said, please do follow the Twitch channel and all the socials as well, because we want to collect as many of you wonderful queer nerds as possible. So come to us.
All nerds welcome. We want you all. But,
All
you are
nerds
safe
welcome.
here. It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. And it was really fun playing with you, Jake. Even though we only had 1 session, it was awesome.
Yeah, I think too much with Garrick and Aisling might be a bit much. But...
I don't know what you mean.
I think we're too similar. I'm just a stabby version of you, aren't I?
Yeah, you're like a less goatee, smaller version of me. We're just 2 toddlers.
Shimmying our way to the next stab.
Yeah, you're stealthing. I'm falling over everything. It's beautiful.
I think we should still do a shimmy for everybody before we finish all together.
There we go. Yeah.
There you go. That
I've got a mic on. That was probably an audio experience.
ASMR.
Exactly. Dear. Well, this chaotic bunch have been some other heroes. We love you all very much, and we will see you next week.
Love you guys.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.